You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
If it's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Unfortunately, Cody McClure has turned in his resignation. April Fools, he's still in California. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. March is gone. 25% of the year just down the drain. Now we start April. Sam, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. A good day yesterday.
How was your birthday? A good one?
Yeah, it was good.
Did you do anything?
Went out for a little hibachi.
Okay.
Got a little ice cream after.
Okay.
It was good.
A little smooching with your sweetheart?
Yeah.
Hey. That's a good birthday right there.
There you go. Can't complain.
That's a good birthday right there.
Watched a little bit of Vols baseball. I didn't catch all of it, but good to see the boys kind of get back on track. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see how that goes this weekend. But
yeah, beat a real team instead of kicking up on Austin P. How about that, boys? Beat somebody with a damn pulse. Hell, even with one that barely has a damn pulse. It wasn't like Vanderbilt was any damn good. LSU ain't no damn good. Beat one of them instead of picking on poor Austin P. They didn't do nothing to you. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice to see them get a win, I guess.
Not a whole lot to report from me, though. I mean, little work, little gym, little food. Classic run-of-the-mill night for me.
It's a pretty good day.
I did see this new, I believe it's a new TV series. I saw it this morning. I need to go back and. It was, let's see.
Take your time.
Yeah, I know. I've lost it now. Oh, yeah. Cape Fear.
Okay. You said you were watching that?
No, it's releasing June 5th.
Okay, I was going to say, I didn't think that was out. Yeah, that's.
But it's, the trailer came out, and it looks very, very appealing to me. Produced by Scorsese and Spielberg. I mean, that's a duo you can't.
Them getting together?
Yep. It says it's a series following two attorneys who are in danger after a serial killer they put in prison escapes and seeks vengeance.
It's a movie, too. It's a De Niro movie from the early 90s. So, and that one's about an attorney as well. So I imagine they're just making a TV show about the movie.
Well, I'm in on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Apple TV out here trying to do some actual prestige TV. They're trying.
I like them. They do good work.
It's just last on my list of apps that I think about firing up.
That's fair. I feel like it's a lot easier if you have like just the actual Apple TV.
I mean, I got the Fire Stick, so it's not very tough. I mean, when I scroll, it just has all the apps on there. So I mean, it's not tough, but it's just last I think about. HBO and Netflix are kind of at the top of my brain. I'm on Paramount Plus more than most people, I'd say. I do usually find some show to stream on there. Right now we're watching Jersey Shore, so I'm on Paramount Plus a lot. Amazon for basketball. Every now and then I have to throw it on for basketball. Same for Peacock. Peacock, I watch Traders on at least. Apple TV is just always an afterthought. But I do like a couple of their shows. I just haven't gotten around to watching this season of Shrinking yet. I kind of liked Your Friends and Neighbors. It's coming back soon, so maybe I'll just start knocking both of them out at the same time. Bubba, top of the morning to you, friends. How the hell are you?
We're struggling again.
Oh no. Oh, the guy's sick. He's not taking care of himself.
It's the sinuses, man.
I thought we had a breakthrough where you were going to start taking care of yourself.
I don't know what the hell you want me to do. Not go outside anymore?
Medicine.
What's it? I was clear for a week, and then big bad weather wants to flip my body upside down and sinuses and stuff.
That's the time you need medicine, brother. You should have seen me last night. I had Vaseline all over my lips because my lips are chapped. I get really dehydrated when I travel. I don't know if it's the cabin pressure in the airplane. I don't know if it's the hotel, whatever they pump in there. I don't know if it's all the boozing, maybe a little bit of all. I don't know. But my lips are really chapped, so I had Vaseline all over my lips. Then I had to put all that, what is it called, vapor rub all over my nose and underneath. My whole face was just smushed. I looked like the scene in the Saw movie where that one guy, they put lighter fluid all over him and make him try to solve a riddle with holding only a candle before he catches on fire. That's what I looked like.
See, I don't understand the idea of taking medicine when you don't need it.
I needed it. I can't breathe. Hell, you ain't never met nobody with worse sinuses than me, brother. I've been struggling my whole life with sinuses, but you gotta find a combination, a cocktail that gets you fixed. Zyrtec at night, all the vapor rub, and hell, at least I got a fighting chance to live the next day. I'm gonna get you a thing of it. I want you to start putting it under your nose.
Is it just allergies, Bubba?
I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on with my body. Changing again at the age of 25.
That is a time the Animorphs, you could be turning into like a frog or something.
I've out of the animals. I don't want to be a frog, dude.
Sorry, brother. That's just, you didn't get to pick.
That's just what's happening.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a porcupine.
Okay. I could see you as a porcupine.
Or a pangolin or whatever they're called.
A what?
It's like a pangolin.
Oh, I thought you were saying penguin.
No, it's like an anteater, but it's got like scales and stuff on it.
Oh, okay. Did you ever read the Animorphs books? You familiar with them?
I'm familiar with it because the cover was always like, oh, there's an ant, but a boy here. What the heck's going on here?
Yeah, I never actually read the books, but those are very popular in my day. It would have like basically evolution of the human turning into like half bird or something.
I don't like these covers now that I'm looking at them.
I kind of liked them as a kid.
This is what you would pick up? Like you'd see that cover and you're like, I'm going for that?
No, I never read one. I would just see what kind of animals they were turning into and try to guess the story.
Like if you told me this was the very first version of like AI, I would believe that. This just looks like 1980.
Yeah, think about that. Somebody did that without AI.
Yeah.
I just like the meme where the boy's turning into a bread and it's like me at Texas Roadhouse when they bring the rolls. That one cracks me up because that's me. I eat all the rolls too. I'm a half duck. But I've never really met anybody that actually read the Animorph book, so I was wondering.
Yeah, I'd never heard of those.
Okay. Well, Bubba, I'm sorry you don't feel well, brother.
Yeah. Also, I fell asleep to Blue Chips last night.
The movie with Shaq in it?
Yep. Shaq as Neon, Bo, whatever his Cajun name is, and Penny Hardaway was in there. Because Nick Nolte, and it's kind of relevant to today's game. All right, the coach, he always uptight, didn't want to be that guy, and then he finally gave in to promising these recruits and paying them on their table and getting them all these cars and stuff and women. And then at the end, he's like, you know what? This guy's a scumbag. He's doing it all. He's doing it worse than ever. And then he quits because he finds out one of his players, too, is also like point shaving. And the dude was like, I didn't do it. I did it just once. And then I hate the way the movie ends, though, because the last scene is him, bless you, bless you again, no more, please stop. And he walks outside of the arena. No press following him once he just quits, after his presser. And then he finds a couple of kids playing basketball in a court neighborhood somewhere. And then he teaches them how to shoot. And it's like, you telling me nobody from that press conference would follow this guy to see where he goes? Like, if you go in danger and you quit abruptly, I'm making sure you get home okay.
Did you like the scenes with Slick in them? Do you remember Slick?
The Tennessee coach?
No, but Slick is in the movie Blue Chips. Do you remember him?
Not a clue.
He's from Knoxville.
I was halfway watching it through head was on the pillow.
Silk Cozart. I guess he just kind of got typecasted as like, hey, he's a guy that's pretty good in basketball movies because he was also in White Men Can't Jump. He was the security guard.
A lot of basketball representation in that movie.
Yeah,
like Dick Vitale doing it. It's gonna be awesome with a capital A.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I've ever really watched Blue Chips since I was a baby boy. I think I might have seen it when I was like 5 or 6, but I know what the hell is going on. But I've never watched it as a cognitive adult.
I'd rewatch it.
I really got zero interest in it, but maybe I will when I look at just all the basketball people in it.
Yeah, I mean the game of basketball and NIL and trying to figure out how to buy players and stuff. And
Matt Painter's in it?
There's no way. He would have had to been like 12 years old.
Allen Houston was in it?
He was.
It says Matt Painter plays the Coast team. I don't know what he plays, the Coast team. I mean, he was born in 1970. Blue Chips came out in 94, so I mean, he had been in his 20s.
I feel like I've always been told to watch that movie.
I mean, I've always heard it referenced because of, just like the paying the players, and it's probably an accurate, close to an accurate representation of what was happening with the players, but I don't know. Something about Shaq being one of the main actors just made me not want to watch it.
Oh, Shaq's great. Also watched a ping pong movie. I forget what it's called.
Marty Supreme?
No, it's got Christopher Walken as
Balls of Fury.
That might be it. Fang, and then George Lopez is like a security guard.
Okay.
I guess a couple guys from Reno 911 was in it. That was a really dumb movie. Anyways.
All right. Well, sounds like a nice little evening for you, Bubba. I'm sorry you're not breathing well.
Yeah, amidst all the congestion and the snot and wondering what's next in this world of great wonder.
It always trips me out seeing you wear a backwards hat because you have to go like mine. I'm on one of the last 2 rungs every time, and you got plenty of room over there.
I got a really small head.
Yeah. Makes sense with your trivia performances.
Stray, Bubba.
I'm going to give the excuse that every time that I do trivia, it's for like, oh, here's 1995, like, players of the months. And it's like, what am I doing? Like, and then whenever I'm not on it, yesterday, it's like, oh, here's video games as a category. Oh, wow, that's cool. Anyways, I'll get off my quarter horse and be stable.
I like that.
What'd you do last night?
Stable. What I do last night? I watched some basketball. I watched a little Jersey Shore. I ate some dinner. Got a little living room workout in. It was all right.
We doing Pilates?
No.
Some Zumba?
No.
Got a new P90X machine?
No, for Christmas I got some of those adjustable dumbbells.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, they do come in handy actually because like the days I don't go to the gym, like I could do some shoulders and arm stuff just at home. So that was nice. It's kind of all I feel comfortable doing with them is shoulders and arms and a little back stuff, but
no, like just doing squats with them.
I don't really like doing squats with them, and I don't really like doing chest stuff with them. I have done some chest stuff with them before. Better than nothing, of course. Better than like not going at all. But
do you have a little bench?
No, I don't. I just get in the floor, so you can't really get the full range of motion. That's probably partly why. If I had a bench, maybe I wouldn't care at all. But also, not to brag, but 55 just isn't enough on what I do with the bench. Again, better than nothing, but I prefer going to the gym and getting under the bar for that.
You curling 55?
I can, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, I can, but it takes a lot, and you can't really. I'm trying to just do more reps, I think, than the big strong ones. That was my evening. And then I thought about Sam's birthday. I wished you happy birthday. You might not have been able to feel it, but I did.
I felt it.
I lit a candle and everything and blew it out. We'll talk some sports coming up next, as we are now in that time of the calendar. Not a lot to look forward to from a Tennessee perspective other than like practice reports and off-season reports. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work-hard, play-hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios.
Missed our bumper, John.
Well, I feel like you gave me a heads up and I came in immediately. You did. Was the bumper halfway over by the time you said John?
Well, it's a short one. It's like 25 seconds.
Okay. I feel like the bumper was halfway over by the time you said John, because I got up expeditiously. Word to TI and came in here as fast as I could. You guys feel free though to take the reins at any point. If
I was about to
Yeah.
like back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studios.
If I'm still running in here, feel free to take the reins. Some Tennessee basketball updates. Justin Gainey. Sam, you said he's filling out his staff with a couple of Tennessee guys.
Yeah, I saw that Riley Collins, who was the assistant director of player development, he's following Gainey to NC State. I guess he's getting a assistant coaching job over there, getting a little bit of a upgrade for him. So, it's a guy that I think a lot of people behind the scenes have spoken of that guy being pretty important, kind of just to his role player development and really kind of letting these guys reach their full potential.
Your level of concern with that? I mean, because I still look at the whole Justin Gainey thing as a positive for the program, but it does kind of stink because we are in the twilight of Rick Barnes' Tennessee career. Like, I don't think anybody would dispute that. I don't think Rick Barnes would dispute that. Not to say that like that means he's washed and that he can't still be competitive, but like I don't know where I'd have to set the over under 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. I don't know where people would have confidence in betting the over in terms of Rick Barnes' seasons, because to me, you could tell me it was 0.5 and like, we get one more year with him. We get one more year with him and that's kind of it. You could also tell me he coaches for 2 more years. Really, anything after 2 years, I would start to kind of be like, I don't know if I believe you. He says he's 100% back in 26. So, Tennessee gearing up for that. Season after that, I would probably have at a like 45, 55 proposition. Just sitting here today, just dealing with math and vibes and everything. You don't think Rick Barnes is going to coach until he drops dead there. You know what I mean? Like he's going to not overstay his welcome. He's got 1, 2, 3 years. So it's kind of tough for him at this stage to have to kind of find more support people, to find more assistants as those guys get plucked. I mean, it does make me a little sad for him because I'd love to see Gainey had stayed here for the next couple of years and helped him as his lead assistant, because Gainey, the stat was every year that Justin Gainey's been here, Tennessee's won 25 games. He's been here for a lot of the really, really good with Tennessee, with him, kind of in that main role.
I do think it's a good point, just in the sense that, like, I feel like a lot of these assistants or up and coming kind of coaches maybe want to hitch their wagon to a guy. You would want to hitch your wagon to a guy like Rick Barnes, but in the case that you're saying, is 1 year of experience with Rick Barnes worth it to then potentially kind of be, you in question on if you're going to kind of stay with the next staff or something like that, where you go after that. And so, yeah, maybe some guys have some other options at some other places that are a little bit, just more secure and more safe than Tennessee for just a year, maybe 2 type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's champagne problems because, Justin Gainey was awesome here as an associate head coach. I mean, like I said, since he took that spot in 2022, Tennessee's been a top 10 basketball program. So, like, he has earned this opportunity. I think everyone in this fan base, everyone over there with the basketball program, super excited for him. But, like, yeah, he's going to hire some Tennessee guys. The question for me would be, how aggressive is he when it comes to trying to be an option for Tennessee basketball players? Are you going to have to compete with him for some of your players? I hope there's some mutual respect there and that Gainey's not going to do that. But, like, you've heard enough about Indiana and your former assistant, Rod Clark, who's coming for your guys. That's kind of a widely known secret, I guess, a poorly kept secret that Indiana ponying up to try to steal some of your players. So that part just kind of made me sad with the assistant leaving. Again, everybody's getting promotions, everyone's getting and getting to spread their wings. That's why Rick Barnes does what he does, is to try to mold people, both players and coaches, right? You're trying to train your players to go to the next level, just like you're trying to train your coaches to go to the next level. So it's been a success. But it does just kind of stress me out a little bit as we're getting here towards the twilight. He's been blessed with some good assistant coaches, and you hope that there's still some more over there that can kind of help guide things. Because Barton said it's easier now than it's ever been for him in terms of coaching, which I think is kind of funny in the NIL era. And you look at coaches stressing out and guys leaving the sport. Barton's like, hey, it's actually kind of easy. You don't have to hit the recruiting trail the same way you did. You get to work on the portal with more established players. And maybe partly of that, part of that was because he is also at his age realized, hey, this setup where I really trust my assistants and just let them do the heavy lifting and I get to kind of oversee everything. That's actually really fun. Because I imagine 20 years ago, Rick Barnes wasn't as hands off. I imagine he was out here, really, really working hard. Now he's more of a CEO type, and I think he's like, hey, this is pretty easy. This is fun. But then you see him yesterday, and you hope that he still got it in him to be the closer. As him and Lundblade were at the Tennessee baseball game, as they're having such a visit, you hope that he's still got that closer in him, because Rick Barnes has always been a really good recruiter. At Texas, he was an ace recruiter. At Tennessee, he's led in some really big guys. Now, with the help of his assistant coaches, of course, but he's still the one signing off on it. He's still the one getting the commitment. If you're Tennessee, Sam, do you try to make sure Lundblade, the Belmont transfer, the 40% three-point shooter, a guy that can maybe, change your offense, open up some space, give you a knockdown shooter that you haven't really had? Now, Gillespie could shoot, don't get me wrong, but Gillespie was having to do a lot of that off the dribble and creating himself. This Lundblade guy hopes to be one of those that just sits out there, catches and shoots. If you're Tennessee, are you willing to overpay a little bit, maybe, just to lock him down before he leaves his visit?
I would, and I think some of it too is you kind of get the luxury of him being one of those grad transfers that can kind of go on some of these visits before that portal officially kind of gets going. And so I think that's a huge luxury, just being able to kind of knock off that off-ball sharpshooter on your, transfer portal wish list before the transfer portal even really officially kind of gets going and all the madness starts happening. Because then I think you feel better about, all right, we've got that shooter that we know we need. Now we can get into this portal cycle and we can really just kind of put our time, our effort, and our money into getting that replacement point guard, getting a new big to kind of replace Felix, those kind of things. I think just getting somebody like Lundblade locked down where you know what you're getting out of him before you really go and start bidding with all these other schools, I think is big.
That makes me wonder if you're willing to just go ahead and overpay then, because I don't know if you can risk, letting him go to other places. And if I'm Rick Barnes and I'm Tennessee, I hope that we could just go ahead and start filling out some key parts of our roster. It wasn't very fun 2 years ago when you and I were doing the morning show. It wasn't very fun letting Chaz Lanier leave and then having to sweat it out a bit. Now, it was fun to beat Kentucky at the end. It would have been a lot more fun just to have him shut down and be like, hey, I'm coming to Tennessee, and you can kind of move on to the next thing. As Tennessee got caught, and I don't want to say flat-footed because they were trying. They just were swinging and missing last year on two guards. Sometimes they felt like they were foregone conclusions. You thought you had Rodney Rice, and then the longer it went on, it's like, actually, nope, he's going somewhere else. Which meant that you missed other guys because you're kind of waiting on him. So I think I'm willing to overpay if you have to, just to get him to be like, you know what, I'm coming to Tennessee. I'll be here. I'm not going to go visit my coach at Kansas State. I'm not going to look at any of the other Texas schools. I'm good staying in Tennessee and coming here at an elite program and hoping to help Rick Barnes accomplish some things.
And I kind of feel like that's a player that Rick maybe realizes that haven't really had this guy on the roster. Like we talk about Jacoby being a good shooter, but he had to be that on-ball guy and driving a lot of the scoring and just all of the offense. And, Chaz and Dalton kind of did the exact same role, whereas this is like a guy that maybe they're looking at and, hey, we know we can go find a evaluation in the portal at point guard that's going to be able to run this show, but having a guy that can just be that knockdown shooter, let's go lock that down while we can.
But with that being said, I do think if you're him, if you're the player, if you're Tyler Lundblad, it's nice to be here winding down at Tennessee. But unless they just absolutely blow me out of the water with an offer, I feel like it would behoove me to kind of create a bidding war because they don't make very many guys with his size and shooting. You know what? He's 6'5". Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an NBA level guard type of guy that could be able to get a shot. Like if he's legitimately confident that he is a Power 5 player. And I know he started in the Power 5 before having to leave and go to Belmont. But if he's actually confident he can do it at that level, then like it feels like you just kind of drag your feet if you're him and try to get as many big-time offers as possible. Hopefully there's a number he feels good at saying and accepting, and hopefully Tennessee's like, yep, let's do it. Let's ride. Because the thing about this Tennessee team is Rod Clark, Indiana aside, transfer portal aside, like at the very, very least, you need, 3 starters? You're replacing 3 high-level guys. Felix Okpara, which for my money, the best big man Rick Barnes has ever had, or at least the best center. Don't come in here and, actually, Grant Williams played power forward. He's a big man. Okay, I'm talking about center, rim protector. To me, Felix the best that Tennessee has had. That's going to be a big hole in the middle. Bubba, do you have confidence in Dwayne Brown, or do you think you need a big-time center in the transfer portal?
I'm confident in D. Wayne.
Okay. Sam, are you confident in D. Wayne, or do you think you need a center in the transfer portal, a starting caliber center, one of those guys that's going to cost you a couple $1 million?
Yeah, I'd go get a big center in the portal.
Yeah.
A little bit more of a rim protector than D. Wayne, I think.
Yeah. I think D. Wayne's got some hops. I think he can do a little rim protection. Like he's had a couple nice blocks, but he's 6'9", and I think he's a little bit limited if he's your main option at 5. And you hope that you hope that it wasn't a curse having to play some of these freshmen ahead of schedule. Because I think when you got D. Wayne from Alabama, when you brought him up here, he probably understood, hey, it's going to be a couple years before you're a big-time contributor here. Like, you're a project. We're going to mold you. We're going to develop you. But instead, he was thrown into the fire his freshman year and performed pretty admirably for most of the time. Hopefully that doesn't, expedite his desires of becoming a big-time player. Hopefully he stays the course of development. Hopefully he's fine with potentially staying on the bench. I guys think the same thing about your 2 guard and Bishop Boswell. But on the other hand, I don't think you're going to be able to put the toothpaste back in the tube there unless you just handsomely reward him. But if you're Bishop Boswell, you were probably okay going into last year knowing hey, this is a process. This is a journey. I am fine with being a 7th or 8th man at Tennessee. But then you became a starter, and you got a taste of being a starter. You had a lot of starting minutes. You had some really good games for Bishop Boswell. Now, I would say that most Tennessee fans would still probably look and say he was the weak link of the team. And I would say most Tennessee fans probably not thrilled about the prospect of him being your starting 2 guard. I know I'm not over the moon with it. Bubba, transfer portal guy or Bishop Boswell? If you had to pick right now, but you're starting 2 guard, which way you leaning?
Portal.
Sam?
Portal for sure.
Yeah, but if you're Bishop Boswell, man, I was just your starter. We went to the Elite 8. I don't know if I want to stay here and go to the bench. once you gave me a taste of being a starter, did I not play good enough? You not think I'm good enough? Well, if you don't, then I'll find somewhere that does. Like, that's something I think this team's going to have to balance. But I do think that I agree with you two. And I would say most of the fan base probably feels the same way of like, hey, that's a spot you need to upgrade. And that's not even counting, Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie. So like I said, 3 starters. Hell, you might have 4 new starters. Now, of the guys on this roster, I think the one that I want to keep the most and the one that I'm okay elevating is Amari Evans. I think of everybody on Tennessee's roster, I think that's the guy I look at of like, hey, he is somebody that could be a 4-year player in your program. There's enough offensive game to go there with a really good defensive game. I know every perimeter player that isn't like just some 20 points a game scorer we look at and compare him to Jemai Meshack, but like Bishop Boswell got the Jemai Meshack comparisons. I think it's Amari Evans that has the chance of actually reaching that level. I think his ceiling as a defender, much higher. I think his offensive game, his freshman year, ahead of Jemai Meshack's offensive game, his freshman year. To me, he's the one guy on this roster that I look at that say that I really, really, really want back. Now, there's other guys I want back, maybe even really want back, but he's the only one I look at and say I really, really, really want him back. And maybe that's your starting 3. But otherwise, like Rick Barnes and the NIL fund is going to have to go and target and land some big-time players. And they're going to have to go out and reshape a roster.
If Amari just becomes a little bit more consistent of a shooter, I feel like he can go be that starting 3 for you if you really want.
I thought he showed some flashes down the stretch. Like I think Amari Evans showed you enough in some flashes that there is some offensive game there. You know what I mean? Like just going back to the home Vanderbilt game, senior day. Him scoring 24 points. I don't think you can score 24 points in a big college basketball game kind of by accident. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he can easily replicate that or he could become a 20 points a game scorer next year, but like there's enough flashes there that with just simply getting more opportunities, Sam, I think he goes up to a 10 points a game scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even higher than that if he continues to improve. I think I'd be very comfortable with him starting next year. Now, him starting next to Boswell, that maybe doesn't get me as excited as much as him starting next to Lundblade. That way, between the two of them, you got one knockdown shooter. And that opens up space for everybody. That would be a big deal. But Rick Barnes, starting to lose some guys. I would imagine that you're going to have a lot of roster turnover in the transfer portal. Some good, some bad. None that should get you too down, I wouldn't think. Is there anybody other than Evans that would be like feel detrimental having those guys walk out?
Maybe not to like production on the court, but like I feel like someone like Cade leaving would just be kind of like a blow to like the locker room kind of.
And he is when I talk to people and hear people talk and read insiders and just all those things, they do act as if Cade Phillips is pretty locked in at Tennessee as a culture guy and a guy that is going to make sure he gets healthy and come back guns blazing.
I would guess that basically 2 years of being fully injured, like if you entered the portal, your market would be diminished significantly. But I just that's the kind of guy where it's like, wait, what's happening in this program if he leaves? Because he just seems like a lifer type of guy.
Well, it is funny, but I remember having those conversations about the portal just a couple years ago, and I do think it kind of made me realize that there's not really any of these players that we should feel that way about, because I remember everyone freaking out when you lost both your big men. You went from 2 starting caliber SEC big men to 0 whenever you lost Jonas Adu and Tobe Awaka after the Purdue game. Both of them are gone. Both of them, Awaka's a starting level player and stays a super sub on, maybe the best or second best team in the country down over at Arizona. But like, You lost both those guys that I think people are like, oh, my God, what's happening to the program? And Tennessee was fine. And maybe that kind of made me realize, like, it's okay. Like, Kumwa, same way. People worry about that. That's your best player. You were fine. You're able to do enough to piece it together and even improve at some places.
The big thing, though, is, like, are you okay with trying to rebuild pretty much 4 other positions then with NIL and through the portal?
It's a good question. Let's chew on it for a second. Sam, send us to break. Because, I mean, if you're recreating 4 new positions, if you're recreating a lineup of 4 new guys, it does get a little dicey. Are you okay with it? Let's talk about it. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me. If you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Good morning, Knoxville. I'm Aiden Sidoti, and this is your Talk Sports update for Wednesday, April 1st. Tennessee baseball took care of in-state opponent Austin Peay 13-4 last night as the Vols got home runs from Harry Ford, Garrett Wright, and Tyler Myatt. Tennessee now turns its attention to LSU with the 3-game series set to begin this weekend at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. In the NBA, the Detroit Pistons clinched their first division title in 18 years, knocking off Toronto 127-116 behind 31 points from Jalen Duren. And in the MLB, Shohei Ohtani struck out 6 and didn't allow a run in his first start of the season, going 6 innings as the Dodgers beat the Guardians 4-1. Hey, John and the P team, what's your assessment of Josh Elander so far? Back to you guys.
Yeah. Sick, and I think it's fly when girls stop by for the summer. I like girls.
Bubba asked the question, are you okay with going in and finding 4 new guys, 4 new of your main rotation guys in the transfer portal? Bubba, just like everything, and just like an old man who can't control his bladder, it depends. You gotta make sure you're getting the right type of fits. Now, I have a lot of confidence in Rick Barnes and his staff finding the right fits, but we've seen it fail on the women's side of the thing. The women's side of the program. They try to go all transfer portal. I think they swung and missed both in talent and in vibes and culture. But I do have more confidence in Rick Barnes being able to find those people. I just think the biggest thing for me in this 2026, 2027 Tennessee team is that if you believe what everybody behind the scenes is saying, that Rick Barnes is going to have a roster and a NIL budget that is going to give him a legitimate shot at getting to a Final Four, then the thing that stands out to me is that the ceiling, Bubba, the ceiling of the transfer portal to me is just way, way higher than the ceiling of trying to use guys already on this roster. I don't think we have any stars on this roster. I feel pretty confident in saying we don't have any stars in this roster. Like, Amari Evans might be a star by like his junior year or his senior year, but I don't think he's a star right now, and I don't think he'd be a star as a sophomore.
Are we just in this mindset because we think that, as you mentioned, Rick Barnes in the twilight era, that you don't want to have time to develop? You just kind of want players that are kind of established already, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to keep a couple culture guys around. Like, I don't want the whole new roster to be transfer portal. Like, I do want some hangover, some carryover. Sam said Cade Phillips. I think he'd be important. I'd like to keep Dwayne Brown as maybe your first big man off the bench. I don't really think he could play power forward. I wouldn't feel great about him playing power forward. I think he's more of just a slightly undersized center whenever I watch him play.
You don't want Jalen Carey back?
It's tough because it did kind of make me sad whenever he said he wanted to be here if Tennessee would have him, and that he promises he'll lose weight and be a good boy and get skinny. Like, it did kind of hurt my feelings because, like, I do think he probably – I do think that winning in the tournament probably made everybody just so much happier to be here. And you get the family and you get all the good quotes and stuff, and it makes the season feel like a success. I'm sure Jalen Carey and those guys do want to be around, but I think they look at it as a business from their side, and I think Tennessee has to look at it from a business on the other side. It sucks because, even in professional sports, Bubba, you have contracts longer than a year. But in college athletics, it is literally a year-to-year sport. Neither side can afford to have too much loyalty to the other. So if you ask me if I want Jalen Carey back, I would say it'd be one of those situations where he'd have to take a massive, massive, massive pay cut. And I'd say it'd be one of those things where you couldn't promise him anything better than being like the fourth big man.
feel like you kind of got to go with like a Rams like approach to this. You just, like you're shooting all your bullets here in the last year or two here with Rick. And I think you can kind of throw that out as a recruiting pitch to kids in the portal too, that maybe, you've seen some of these guys get to the tournament, knock on the door a little bit. They can go improve their NBA stock or something like that. I think you can kind of sell this as, hey, this is kind of our coach's last gasp, and this is a chance for you to kind of do some unprecedented things with him at the same time.
You got to be a little careful. You got to be a little careful because you can't tell everybody that you're all in, because that just raises the price up, and then all of a sudden a $2 million player thinks he can get $3 million from you because he knows you're desperate.
Yeah.
So you do have to find a way to navigate that. But, when I look at this roster, Bubba, and you ask me about the transfer portal, I just don't think this roster has a super high ceiling with what's left over. You're losing your 2 best players. Or you're really losing your 3 best players. Felix Okpara, 100% your first, second, or third best player. Now I would probably slot him third. You could maybe even argue he's your second best player. Nate Ament, I think you could label him first, second, or third, depending on how you feel about him. Same for Jacoby Gillespie, although I don't think you can really get lower than second for Jacoby Gillespie. All 3 of those guys almost assuredly going to be gone. You don't have any stars ready to replace them, so you got to be willing to go out and spend a whole bunch of money in the transfer portal. And you got to be willing to go out there and go big game hunting, because you're losing 3 really, really good guys. Now I maintain that I am doing everything I can to have an honest conversation with Nate Ament and try to convince him to come back to school. I saw a bigger college basketball account, the Hoop Herald, 100-something thousand followers. They said one of the biggest storylines this offseason will be Nate Ament. Showed top 10 potential multiple times this season, but inconsistency and a loaded draft class have many questioning if he will come back. I didn't realize many people were questioning whether or not he would come back. I kind of thought it was just me. I kind of feel like I'm the only person that's been beating this drum for a couple weeks. Now, I will say that, I saw the Drive talking about it. I saw William talking about it yesterday. So, it's at least spilled over to, all of Fan Run. But for a while, I felt like I was kind of on an island, just myself. With all due respect to the Hoop Herald, I don't know how many people are questioning whether or not he'll come back. But I do think if you're Tennessee and you're looking for stars, the easiest thing to do is retain one of your guys that has star potential. And I'm not here to argue with you at this point about whether or not Nate Ament was a star as a freshman. I say yes. You might say it was underwhelming. Either way, whatever. I would rather have him than anybody else in the transfer portal. For the most part. I mean, there might be some type of is there a player out there that would be coming back, Sam, that would be a slam dunk over him, in your opinion? I mean, maybe you'd look
just
at
in the country.
Yeah, that would realistically be coming back, because I said anybody, but it would take an absolute all-America type of player to enter the portal, and maybe even a Tyler Tanner, who's an all SEC great player. I'd still rather have Nate Ament than him. Nate's still my guy. He's a program guy. The relationship with him and Barnes, all those things, give him a little bit of an extra tiebreaker. I would take him over any player in the country in the portal. So, I think your best recruiting job could be trying to beg him to come back.
I do feel like that, that decision, and if you can convince him, that obviously changes the math on your entire roster, because it's maybe you can go land Lundblade and Nate comes back type of thing, but maybe you then have to just kind of go for a point guard that can just kind of run the team, but maybe isn't that scorer type of guy or something like that. But if Nate doesn't come back, that opens up a little bit more money to go kind of get that star point guard kind of guy to pair with Lundblade, and then you maybe go bank on Evans to kind of be that starting 3, and then you get a starting center out of the portal.
For sure. And, Nate is the type of player that can kind of check all the boxes for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
He could handle the ball a little bit more next year, be maybe hopefully more of the guard, work on his draft stock in that regard. He can also be a little bit more of a rim defender for you. because he's pretty good down there at blocking shots and affecting stuff. You could kind of kill two birds with one stone. But, yeah, if you lose Nate Ament, that's your superstar slot. You then have to go out and find a superstar somewhere else, preferably at, like, the point guard position. Because I don't know how many big men superstar there are just floating around college. Like, at that point, you'd hope to find Felix. Because, when you got Felix from Ohio State, he was just a big rim protector that had shown maybe a couple of flashes offensively. But for the most part, you're just bringing him here to rebound and defend the paint. I do think you can still find those guys in college.
I know that Georgia center entered the portal, and he played with Felix in high school.
Okay. I saw Ryan Shumpert lay out some of his metrics and his recruiting profile and all those things and just said this is pretty much a carbon copy of what you had with Felix. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with that. But if you told me you had Nate Ament, if you told me you had another year of him, I think I'd be okay with running back just what we have down low with our big men. I think if you had Nate Ament, I could be more inclined to roll with Dwayne Brown as your starting center, or whoever you say center or power forward between him and hell, even Estrella or Cade Phillips, whoever. Like, I think you'd be okay with that. If you could save some money in your center and power forward position and paid Nate and went and got a point guard and had a shooter out there. That'd still be my first call, but it's going to be an interesting offseason. It's going to be an interesting offseason. I would love to have an answer from Len Blade over the next day or so, but I don't know if you're going to get that. I think he's going to play the game. Do the recruiting visits, get wine and dine, get big offers. And for Tennessee, I don't know how long you can afford to wait. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Bubba's got some fired up. He's ready to go. He's blown his nose. He's fighting through his sickness. All for you, the people. I appreciate you, Bubba. You're a warrior. What's that look on your face? You could tell me after the break. Stick with us. This Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from CNB, offering extra benefits including bank travel. Travel with CNB to well-known travel destinations. They do all the planning so you can have all the fun. Isn't it time for you to start living the good life? Contact CNB today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
I think if you have 2 number 1 movies in 1 year, that's a pretty big deal.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Well, I'm rooting for the guy. I mean, we need a good Glenn in Hollywood. The name Glenn is not as prominent as it was some years ago.
Well, I also think we need a new leading man. I think we need a new good young actor to kind of take that role, because it kind of took Gosling a while to he had to do Drive first before he got to be like, hey, now I'm kind of the rough and tough guy.
Hard to do rough and tough when you star in Barbie, too.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Well, that was what the whole movie was about. You putting people in unfair boxes. So I guess you missed the point of the movie.
Sometimes people need to be in a box.
No, they don't. Not unless they die. When I die, don't put me in a box. Just bury me loose.
We all end up in a box, don't we?
On 1340 WKGN.
I want to be thrown off the Empire State Building, and whoever my body hits wins the Publishers Clearinghouse.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Let's hit some news. Bubba, what you got?
Well, Tiger Woods is getting help.
You going to tell me what that face was for at the end of hour 1? Are you scowling at me that way?
Nah.
Just going to leave me guessing?
Yep.
Okay. So no Masters for Tiger Woods next week.
He was still listed on their, roster page yesterday, but then eventually he's like, hey, it ain't happening. And it's for the best, even though he pleads not guilty to his DUI.
Why? I know he said his privacy, but really, what's the reason why Tiger Woods wouldn't have a driver? What do you mean privacy? What the hell do you mean? Are you going to secret sex parties or something? I think we all know you're a freak. I think you just have to make your driver sign an NDA. I mean, Tiger Woods is back on track to, maybe not be a billionaire, but he rebounded monetarily, right? I mean, he's $400-500 million.
I think he already became a billionaire again.
He became a billionaire again. Well, I knew he did, then he lost it after but either way, he's got God's amount of money. You could put a driver on retainer for $200,000 and make them sign an NDA. I assure you they're not going to go out and tell all your secrets if you pay them well enough.
I feel like he acts like he's bigger than he is now, too. I know that Tiger Woods is still Tiger Woods, but, compared to Tiger in his prime, I don't think there's people that are going to be following him around to where he's going out to get dinner and – I don't think Tiger Woods has the paparazzi factor necessarily as much anymore.
I think he still matters, and I think you saw that from the reaction to his wreck and everything. But I don't think we cared that much about his dating life anymore. Like you said, going to dinner or whatever. I don't think we really care at that level.
I don't think news outlets are going to be following. Oh, here's Tiger Woods going to Charlie's golf tournament on a Tuesday afternoon.
I think it's Tiger Woods doing this to himself because he wants there to be Tiger Woods in the headlines.
No.
Oh, I would hate if people turned about my love life. Oh, I'm going to date a member of a very famous family right now. Oh, I would hate it to be back in the headlines. So I just rolled my car over.
Is he dating a Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, because I kept seeing those headlines about him not being allowed to drive the daughter and all this stuff. And I was I was thinking it was the Trump granddaughter that went to college. I'm why would he be driving her? And then I saw, okay, so he's dating. Which one is he dating?
Vanessa?
They're all the same.
Well, not Ivanka. Ivanka's not the same. Ivanka's different.
I think it's Vanessa, but I don't know for sure.
As long as she's a blonde woman that has money and a kid somewhere, yeah.
Just get a driver, bro.
Still didn't really apologize in that statement that he had yesterday either.
Well, I think he's taking the road that he wasn't doing anything wrong.
Sure.
Like, I think he's just saying, like, hey, I didn't hit that car because I was under the influence of anything. I wasn't drunk. I take pain pills because my back is in shambles. I'm always on pain pills. That's not the same thing as drinking and driving. I think that's what the stance he's trying to take. Now, I don't really know the effects on the brain, really, that like the opioids and everything has in terms of you operating a vehicle with them and whatnot. I don't know. But it seems to be.
I mean, they said he had hydrocodone pills on him when he got pulled over. So, like,
I mean, those are just pain pills, though, right?
I mean, yeah, but did you see people driving home after getting their wisdom teeth taken out?
Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Like, I know they give you hydrocodone.
Like, I think.
Why don't they give you hydrocodone afterwards? But like, I didn't think that was. I thought the problem of when you get your wisdom teeth out, they put you to sleep. Like, I thought that was the problem more so than just like the medication. But either way, he's saying, hey, I take these pills, I operate with them, I'm fine, I'm functioning. Maybe now that people are like, hey, we got to get you off these pills too, brother. We got to find a way to get you off that. But I imagine his body's just in a whole lot of pain.
Going to cause a lot of pain for some other people too if he just keeps murdering people on the road potentially.
This is what, his third wreck?
Yeah.
His third wreck that we know of. I mean, counting the, Thanksgiving night one where Elon, bashed out his windows and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of sad. You think about Tiger, like you'll still think about him being like the ultimate golf winner, but like he's kind of a loser off the golf course.
Yeah.
He's kind of just a sad loser. Which is tough because he's worth $1 billion, but he's kind of a loser. What else you got, Bubba?
In the topic of golf, two things. One, there's a new interesting product that came out, the Shot Launch. It's like a budget-friendly launch monitor. That's not the headline. The headline is ESPN may have found their next Pat McAfee and Jason Kelsey as they're sending this guy down to Augusta for the Masters Week, only for the par 3 contest, as will be part of that broadcasting team.
Do people like Jason Kelsey? I feel like he's got a pretty negative Q score right now, a low Q score.
I hate this personally.
Is he like the Brett Kreischer?
Yeah, he is.
You called him McAfee. I think of him more as that. Yeah,
he is sports Bert Kreischer.
That's a good comparison, Bubba.
We're trying to put him on everything but football. I don't care about Jason Kelsey's opinion on anything but football. I saw some tweet yesterday just like, why the hell do we care about him at the Masters par 3? Put this guy in front of a screen breaking down offensive line film, and that's 10 times more interesting. He picked up a golf club 4 months ago. He's like, oh, man, I've fallen in love with it. And ESPN's like, put him on TGL. Put him on the Masters. Hell, let's give him a spot at Augusta. That'll probably be in the cards in like 5 years at this rate.
I don't like his side quests.
And it'll only get worse when Travis retires. I'm sure they'll try and pair them both up together on TV somehow.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, would it be better if it was Travis? Because I feel like it'd be better if it was Travis.
I don't know.
I like Travis more than Jason.
I think I do too.
I don't know if everybody feels that way, or at least like maybe they do now, but like back in the day, I know they didn't. But like, give me Travis over him for sure.
At least we could maybe get Taylor Swift in there if it's Travis.
Yeah, he just needs to just go be a family man, Travis. What the hell are you doing? All right, Bubba, what else you got?
An attempt for good PR. Roger Goodell completely defends the Rooney Rule amidst some dumbass Florida attorney general, whatever his position is, where he's trying to get rid of it.
So they're trying to get rid of the Rooney Rule?
Some guy down in Florida trying to make like a bill or something that is against the Rooney Rule.
So somebody's just trying to Somebody's just trying to make a name for themselves.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Florida's Attorney General, James Utmeyer, threatening civil litigation if the rule was not eliminated. And Goodell says, "Who the hell are you? You racist?"
Oh, wow.
He didn't say that, but that's what I imagine he thought he did.
Sure.
It's a bad day for the mob or a great day as Italy misses out on their third straight
Mamma mia.
World Cup and shootout loss to Bosnia.
Right before the new Super Mario movie comes out, they miss out on the World Cup. Mamma mia.
Bad day for the Fertitta family.
Ay caramba. So they lost, in PKs against Bosnia?
And Herzegovina.
I'll just call them Bosnia. No disrespect to the other side. I can't say the other one.
It's like Turks and Caicos. You can't call it just one.
Missing out on 3 straight World Cups. I'm not a soccer guy, but missing out on 3 straight World Cups for Italy seems like something's just like very wrong with your country.
Especially I feel like I don't consider them to be good at baseball. I mean, this year in the World Baseball Classic, they had a lot of Italian Americans.
Them, though. That was all Americans.
Yeah, Andrew Fisher, that kid's not from, Rome.
Yeah, like it wasn't like they had all those. It wasn't like they had just a bunch of real Italians that live in Italy that were playing out there. It was just a lot of American major leaguers that could trace some heritage back there.
I feel like that's just the sport that you play over there. They don't really like Italian basketball. I feel like when you think of European basketball countries, Italy isn't really coming to mind. We just talk about baseball. We had all the if you just said you like Italian food, you got a spot on the Italian WBC roster. I feel like soccer's all they got, and they can't even make a World Cup. Think they're too old of a country? They're not pumping out young talent.
I'm trying to look.
I don't guys want to be chefs, not athletes.
I don't believe they even made it out of the group stage in the 2 prior. Like they won in 2006. I think they was at the headbutt game maybe that they won that in 2006. But then just looking at their Wikipedia of their soccer results in the World Cup, it says group stage in 2010, group stage 2014, did not qualify 18, did not qualify 22, and then of course did not qualify for 26. So it's been 20 years since they've made it out of the group stage. Going to be another 4 years before they get a chance to do it. And hell, there's 48 teams making it this time. This is the biggest World Cup. They still can't make it. That is sad. I would say they should be embarrassed, but hell, I imagine they've been embarrassed the last 12 years.
That's okay. It looks like we're cooked too.
It looks like we're cooked?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic.
What'd he do?
Not scored.
Well, he ain't got scored in these exhibitions, these friendlies. I mean, it'll be fine. You think we're cooked?
Maybe.
I thought we felt pretty good about our draw. Now that we got our official group, we're ready to go. We got the dates. We got the venues.
But then we just lose to Portugal?
Yeah, that's just a little friendly. That doesn't matter. This is a little tune-up. That's not the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, also, I don't know about where the FIBA, the FIFA, not FIBA, the FIFA World Cup rankings have Portugal right now, but I feel like they've been a top 15 team for most of my life.
This ESPN article is just dragging Pulisic through the mud, though.
Just talking about how he can't score?
8 straight games for the U.S. without a goal. He also hasn't scored for his club team since December 28th. What the hell are you doing? We're here on April 1st.
So you're hitting the alarm too? You're giving up on these boys too?
I don't care about U.S. soccer in the slightest.
What? You don't care about U.S. soccer in the slightest, even when it comes to the World Cup?
I'll watch us in the World Cup, and I'll watch us probably lose, and I'll send the text to my buddies, hey, we'll get them next World Cup.
Don't be that guy. Get fired up. I'm pumped up for the World Cup. Now, I hope Pulisic scores some goals.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Portugal in these rankings? I'm trying. Okay, so Portugal's the number 5 team in the world, Bubba. Saying we lost to them ain't some insult.
I mean,
they're the number 5 team in the world.
It is insulting.
It's not. They're the number 5 team in the world. Now, I doubt they had their A team out there last night either, because it's just an exhibition. It's just a friendly. But yeah, they're one of the best clubs, or not clubs, countries, units. Maybe they call them clubs. I don't know. June 12th against Paraguay in LA. The 19th against Australia in Seattle. And the 25th in LA against Turkey. I feel like it's a pretty good draw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got a good draw.
I feel like we should win. Well, Bubba's saying we're cooked, and I feel like we're going to we should win that damn group.
All my buddies that are soccer fans have said, like, we're a failure of a country if we can't get out of the group stage.
And I would say get out of the group stage, but also win the damn group, is what I would say. But either way, says we're cooked. We're not cooked. We've never been more back as a country when it comes to soccer, brother.
I can't care about U.S. soccer until the World Cup, because I have what you talk about where it's like, oh, they have their B team, their C team out. Sure. I have no idea which game means anything.
Well, last night
I don't watch any of them until the World Cup.
Now, chances are if we're playing like Mexico, that matters. Chances are if we're playing Canada, that matters, because those are, kind of right here in our backyard. The CONCACAF, all that. Typically, those matter. If you ever hear Gold Cup, that matters. That's our tournament. But yeah, we didn't have to qualify this time because we're hosting it. But you better get ready for it, Bubba. Hell, we ain't gonna have much to talk about when it comes to June, unless the baseball team gets their act together. We ain't gonna have to worry about Omaha. How many damn George McIntyre, Faison Brandon updates do you need?
All of them.
I don't think you're really going to care when it's the Oklahoma City Thunder against, the Detroit Pistons either in the finals. You better find something to care about.
Well, I'll tell you what I don't really care about either. The NFL is scrapping dual. Count them, dual. D-U-A-L, not a D-U-E-L, but a dual Monday Night Football games after saying that fans felt like they were too conflicted to choose.
Let's talk about that coming up after the break. We had some interesting NFL stuff over at the coaches' meetings, all those things.
Apparently they drink a lot there.
Yeah. Did you see the Jay Glazer thing?
Well, they're just getting hammered?
Yeah. He said that's been a thing like 18 years in a row now.
I mean, it seems like a fun time.
It's just all the NFL coaches just having a backyard barbecue, just getting hammered with each other, it feels like.
Let's talk about it next. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk some NFL. Felt like the boys were getting loose. Jay Glazer posting the video of them getting drunk, but then I liked that we were getting loose with some allegations. I thought Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur doing their little comedy bit together, bashing the Rams, was pretty interesting. As Shanahan went out and said that, hey, the NFL gave the Rams, did them a solid, because the Rams have basically been begging that they send one of the Rams 49ers games, basically out of the country. Says the Rams don't like playing their home games in SoFi against the 49ers because all the 49ers fans overtake their stadium. So they said, just send us internationally instead.
Kind of agree with Shanahan.
In what regard? That's unfair, that's annoying, or
yeah.
I agree with the Rams too. Of it is embarrassing every year whenever they overtake their stadium too. So what's the point of having this home? What's the point of having this home game? Hell, just send us to London.
Get better fans.
I mean, there is something to that, but I do think if you're the Rams, you'd want to try to, mitigate the damage and just go somewhere else if you can. Like, hey, you want to send us overseas? Yeah, we're fine with that. Send us overseas. Now, I don't think you should necessarily get to request which game and get rewarded that, but that's what Shanahan is accusing the NFL and the Rams of, which is pretty funny, but also smart. It doesn't really feel that gross between them, but that probably is that the current best NFL rivalry? Rams 49ers? Just because of just the both teams, I feel like are always kind of standing in each other's way, which is funny because the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. But I do feel like they've been mainstays, and Shanahan and McVay are kind of the antithesis or the equal to each other on opposite sides. Both somewhat handsome. I give the edge to McVay. Both really good offensive minds. Probably give the edge to McVay there as well. And they've both just been kind of at the top of the NFC for the last 5 years.
Probably is.
Yeah. I wish there was a little bit more bad blood. Whenever I read this, it's okay, this is what we need. Let's juice up some interest here. Because that rivalry is really good on the field, but there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to it. The NFL is lacking rivalries. I feel like the Steelers and Ravens tried to carry us as far as they could, but that's kind of dead now for me with no more Tomlin or Harbaugh. Ray Lewis ain't walking through those doors. Ben Roethlisberger ain't locked in that bathroom stall. Like the rivalries are kind of dead when it comes to those two.
The game's gotten soft. There's nothing to create a rivalry from when you get penalized for barely touching a player.
So you think it's the NFL's fault with the rules and stuff? Like,
I mean, I feel like some of it is, you had some of those old NFL moments of guys just absolutely coming across the middle and leveling someone, and then you want to get your lick back, and then that just kind of starts to snowball for the rest of the game. Like, I feel like, Eddie George and Ray Lewis, like those two went at it all the time, and they talked about how just playing against each other like helped themselves personally become a better player. And I think you saw Titans and Ravens become a big rival and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it helped that they were always it felt like they were standing in each other's ways to advance in the AFC, but it wasn't like the Titans and Ravens just won the conference a whole bunch of times. You know what I mean?
Like those, I know it's division, but like those Steelers-Bengals games when
those guys were killing each other. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the guy I'm trying
but
to
even
remember.
Ray Lewis and Chad Johnson, I mean, those, they'd always lay those guys out across the middle too. Okay, I haven't considered that it's an NFL softness thing. I thought it was maybe more so of just everybody's just so buttoned up now. There's not very many personalities on the sidelines and the franchises and whatnot. But maybe it is just hey, we don't get hard hits, so we don't have those montages where it feels like real hate.
Yeah, I think the guys are all about their money nowadays, and they don't really want to do anything to overstep that. So it's like they're there to fill their role. They don't have any type of attachment to anything. As long as I can, have this amount of stats, either get my contract extension or walk to someplace that will pay me. There's no bonds anymore, John.
I'd say the NFC East still has some rivalries, like the Cowboys and Eagles and Giants and Commanders. That feels like a division that still kind of hates each other.
Is that more so from the fans, though, trying to keep that alive?
Yeah, but I think that matters, too. But I mean, you had Jalen Carter first game spit on Dak Prescott like in his face. I mean, that's some behavior of a rivalry. I mean, very first play of the game, right? I mean, they didn't even make it out of the damn kickoff, and he had spit in Dak Prescott's face and got ejected. So that one's still alive and well. Maybe Cowboys Eagles is the best rivalry right now in the NFL. Maybe it's not 49ers Rams.
I hope that like our division starts to have some rivalry to it. Like you had the Liam Cohen, Robert Saleh stuff after last year. Maybe now that they're both head coaches in that division, you kind of get some more rivalry. You get the like Texans and Titans stuff that all their fans are all spun up about. If the Colts could become relevant, maybe they.
I don't know if
we have a rivalry with our backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Saleh and Cohen both came out and said that there's no beef there, that they're okay. But you hope that that's just them saying that. You hope that there will be some in September. Need some good rivalries.
Ben Johnson tried to stir it up with the Packers a lot this season.
Yeah,
it felt like.
Yeah, I could see the Bears. I could see the Bears and Lions maybe turning into one. Like there's some options there, but the maybe the Patriots being back. Did you see Drake May's new shaved head?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Bad decision by Drake.
Bad decision.
You don't want to copy Justin Herbert's career, brother. I know you've already won more on the field than Justin Herbert has, but like you don't want to go with the buzz cut look. It didn't look good for Drake, but maybe the Patriots and Bills can get back and kind of be one. Like you said, maybe the Titans and Texans and Jaguars, maybe they could have a little triangle of hate. Feels hard for me to muster up much hate for Daniel Jones, Bubba, but maybe the Titans and Colts could get a rivalry back.
You can maybe hate our owners.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to hate women owners.
Yeah, I was gonna say they seem like nice nice ladies. I ain't got no beef with them. I did hate your owner before he died. I did hate Jim Irsay. But his daughters, I ain't got no beef with. So the NFL has said they're getting rid of the Monday night doubleheader. No more Monday night doubleheaders or two games going at the same time. It kind of makes me sad. I kind of liked the two Monday night games. What was the reason the NFL gave, Bubba? You said they just don't want you to have to compete and choose? Because I think they're lying. I think they're full of it when it comes to that. This is just them taking those games and they're going to sell them somewhere else. The NFL is very focused right now on selling standalone games. I think they realized they could get more money selling those games to Netflix, making it a holiday type of game versus selling it as a second Monday Night Football game. They're not fooling me there. They're lying about that. But I will miss the second Monday Night Football game.
You're going to miss it?
Yeah.
You like the dual games?
Yeah, I did.
I always was just interested in one.
No, it's definitely a ploy to take over. Thanksgiving Eve was cited as a potential.
Thanksgiving Eve?
That's what they were saying as a potential.
AK, like go home and try to hook up with your ex Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's Thanksgiving Eve, right? That's the hometown drinking day on Wednesdays, right? We don't
multiple broadcast platforms and multiple holidays, as you mentioned, just now.
That's what they're going to try to do, though. I didn't realize it was Thanksgiving Eve. I don't know if I need a Wednesday night game there. But if you're the NFL doubleheader that starts at like 10 p.m. on some nights on Monday Night Football or Thanksgiving Eve, I give them Thanksgiving Eve. That's what they're doing. This isn't about trying not to give up to split our interests. It's just, hey, we want as many games on as many networks and get as much money as possible. Now, with all that being said, Bubba, if they put a game on Thanksgiving Eve, I'm going to watch that slop. I'll watch it.
I only watch if it's on at the local bar that I'm trying to meet people at.
Yeah, and it probably will be because usually NFL games end up on TVs at bars because people like watching it.
It's crazy because unrelated to anything. Last time I was at a bar for an NFL game, Damar Hamlin happened. It was crazy.
Did you use that as fuel to go try to pick up some women of like, you never know when this life could be over, baby?
No.
If
Bubba was too shook up to go talk to him.
If you're waiting to find your dream guy, wait no more because I'm here. You never know. This world could be ending. We could be dying. Look at this poor guy. All he was trying to do was make a tackle. What did you do at the bar when that happened? Did you take a knee?
No, it's just like I was with my friend and we're just like, what's going on right now?
Did you start booing because you wanted action? You wanted the game to be back on?
No. Thankfully, we were in a place where there's live music and stuff, so.
They fired up the band?
Yep. Got to. This
is dedicated to you, Damar Hamlin. You being at a bar with live music on a Monday night seems kind of crazy. Maybe this is your college days, I guess.
Yeah, that was years ago.
But still, live music on a Monday night at any bar seems kind of crazy. Bless you.
Thank you.
Matthew texted me and said the biggest rivalry I see is Bubba and whether to take his meds before the show.
Just take some Zyrtec, brother. And then let me rub that. I'll come over and I'll rub that under your nose for you. You don't even have to do it. I'll bring it. I'll rub it here. Maybe not before bed, but like before the show, I'll just put some on. We'll open you up. We'll get you nice and spread open. You'll be able to breathe in, brother.
It must be nice to be able to do that right now.
I wouldn't be able to if I didn't take my medicine. You don't live during the dark ages, Bubba. We made advancements in science for a reason. It's a slap in the face to all your ancestors who died of tuberculosis.
How close would they feel like Bubba is to death's door like 200 years ago?
It probably would be the sign of the times that he was 200 years. I don't know, but that's what the Black Plague kind of was, right? It was just kind of a cold. You just start sneezing and coughing. Next thing you know, boom, you're dead. Hell yeah, they'd have thought you were done back in the day, Bubba. It's a slap in the face of all your ancestors who didn't have options to make themselves feel better. They broke a finger and just had to cut it off. They had the sniffles. They just cut their nose off too. If their eyes ever got red, they just poke them out. And here you are, spitting in their face.
Dude.
It is such a wild phenomenon, like them trying to create medicine back then. Do you think they were just getting sick and just going around to like random plants and picking it up and starting to eat it? Like, I hope this works.
I do think about that often. I mean, I do think about that often. About what would you even do? Like you wouldn't know anything. Like you would just be raw dogging life at all times to the nth degree.
And like how many people just tried to do some sort of fix for medicine and just that was what killed them instead.
It is truly amazing that we have made it to 2026 as a society. And I mean, that's not even counting, the thousands of years before, the year one. Like it is crazy that we've evolved to this point. It is kind of wild because I can't imagine being dropped back in the day and just making it work. But people did, man. They made it work. The idea of just having babies scares me to death. Like even now, like I'm nervous about having a baby now just because what if there's complications? What if something happens? Imagine doing it hundreds of years ago. You're just walking around the woods trying to keep, people from like invading your settlement. You're having babies. It's just crazy. It's just absurd. Now, maybe that's why people are having, trying to have like 8, 9, 10 kids because, hey, you're going to lose half of them. And maybe there was some math there, right? Like if we have 10 kids, at least 3 of them will make it out. We might lose a couple of them to the bears and to tuberculosis and pneumonia and whatever. But as long as 3 of us make it, that's okay.
Yeah, but you got too many of them. They might end up different ways. Just ask the Duggar family.
See, I thought you were going with like they just stay together and like there's incest on the frontiers where I thought you were going, but no, you were going to just a modern day creepy family.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they're watching the NFL doubleheaders.
No, but I wonder if their life was happier that way without sports.
This is also a way to conspiracy theory here.
Okay,
Get rid of the Manning cast. Get rid of Peyton Manning and his association with ESPN. Because he's going to launch his own network, and they kind of heard that, so they're trying to force him out. They do the stuff with Jason Kelsey. Boom, they wait another year. Travis Kelsey's freed up. Then they replace the Mannings with the Kelseys.
Okay, well, Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey already kind of have their own network, too. Like, they have that going themselves with their relationship with Amazon. But I would also say that wouldn't having 2 NFL games on Monday Night Football, wouldn't that remove the Manning cast altogether? Because now when you only have 1 game, you have ESPN2 open to put the Manning cast on.
I thought they only broadcasted one of them or would do like a split in or like if it was a double header, they'd be for one and then checking on the other. I don't remember that.
I don't think I've ever seen a Manning cast on a double header night because they need both channels. They need ESPN2 for the other game.
I thought it's ABC they do one. I thought it's like ESPN and ABC.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that's probably more accurate. So maybe they do still do a Manning cast. Maybe Bubba's right. I got to be honest. I don't really watch the Manning cast.
Bubba loves it.
Yeah.
Does that make me a bad Vol for not supporting Peyton Manning and the Manning cast? I don't know. Maybe it does. I gave it an effort. Like the first year it came out, I watched all of them, but like,
I mean, it's went downhill since
I can only hear
our
him and
boys
Eli.
in Chapel Hill now.
I can only hear him and Eli make fun of each other, so many times with the same jokes. And if there's a guest on I like, I'll still maybe check it out. But I just like Buck and Aikman.
It'd be so much better if like Peyton, Eli, and the guests were just in a studio together.
Yeah.
But the fact that they have to zoom in with each other and like the lag and delay and like talking over each other is just too much for me.
I also feel like there weren't very many Monday Night Football games I was locked in on last year to the point where I'd say a lot of them I was just watching on my phone with no sound at all on Buck and Aikman either. You lay around and you watch movies or other TV shows. Because, I got to be honest, boys, after a Saturday and Sunday full of football, I feel like it's a lot to then try to take the TV away from my old lady on Monday nights, too, for NFL games.
Even she's really committed. She'd sit there with you.
I mean, she would. But, like, even on, like, Sunday Night Football, I'm kind of like, you know what? Unless it's just a big, big matchup, I'll just watch this on the phone and keep up with it. You could put something else on. Can't really do that during the Sunday day stuff. You got to have the TVs going for that. But the primetime games, I kind of just watch those on my phone. I try to be nice. It's not the best viewing experience, but it's good enough. It's give and take, you know. Now Sam's got him a boo here. You'll realize you get a little give and take. The sports thing you start putting on the back burner a little bit.
Well, I have the luxury of having the multiple TVs in our living room, so like we could, you know, like we could easily have a show or a movie on, and then just have the football game on like a TV on the bottom, just on mute or something.
Maybe, I guess, maybe. But what if it's something she really wants to watch? And she wants you to watch it. But she wants you to watch it with her, though. She wants you to be locked in and paying attention.
I'll be watching.
You watching football, I guess. Okay. Well, if you got 3 TVs, I guess that's a different story. Most living rooms don't keep 3 TVs in them, though.
Yeah.
Let's go to break. That was talking Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Good morning, sports fans. It's Aiden Sidoti with your Talk Sports Update. Former Tennessee women's basketball star and WNBA MVP Candace Parker headlines the 2026 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class, adding another milestone to one of the greatest careers in Lady Vols history. In the NBA, Luka Doncic scored 42 points with 12 assists, while Austin Reeves added 19 as the Lakers pushed their win streak to 4, beating Cleveland 127-113. And in the MLB, Andrew Painter struck out 8 and 5 in the third innings in a stellar MLB debut, leading the Phillies to a 3-2 win over Washington on Tuesday night. And back to John and the P team in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studio.
And it's been a while since I could call you.
You know, I've seen a lot of momentum online of people talking about MLB passing NBA for the second sport in America. And I don't know if I agree or disagree with that, but I will say that right now, outside of just my Atlanta Hawks fan bubble, I find Major League Baseball more intriguing than the NBA solely on I want to see every night what this CB Buckner guy does as an umpire.
Did you see him mess up in the field last
Oh,
night?
boy, did I.
My God.
That's the best highlight I've seen. Like that way better than Bam scoring 83 points. SGA finally getting called for a push-off the other night on a game winner. Nope, that has nothing on CB Buckner, who was embarrassed all weekend, behind the plate. Or at least in his one game behind the plate. Like, with the ABS challenges, he looked bad. Crowd jeering him fuming. But last night he topped it with maybe the worst call you'll ever see in baseball history. I'm not exaggerating. It's
so bad.
It's Andres Galarraga.
Armando.
Andres was Big Cat, right? That was the Braves first baseman back in the 90s. Armando Galarraga's perfect game times 100. It's the worst call I've ever seen. Bubba, have you seen this play?
Oh, multiple times. Because they showed two angles too, where it's like, here's two alternate angles where he's on the bag.
It's so funny that like the managers for Tampa Bay and Milwaukee are just sitting there like looking at each other laughing. They're like, what the hell is this guy doing? They're just like smirking. Like you would think that somebody would be mad in this, but it was so ridiculous that like nobody even got mad. They're just like, oh my God.
The announcers are just like, what was he looking at?
And like there are some still shots of him not looking at all. Like it looks like he is not even looking at first base, but it is a ground ball. It's a really hard hit play, really hard hit ball to second base. The second baseman lays out, tries to catch it, but he knocks it down. He tries to spin and throw to first base. He's wide of the bag, misses it, by 5 feet. The runner's safe at first. He goes back. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but they tag him. I assume they're tagging him thinking maybe he had turned or maybe make a move to second base. Maybe you do that just in case. But he didn't. He didn't make a move to second base. They then call him out. And the explanation is that he never touched first base. They then show a replay, and it's about as clear as it could be, him stepping right in the middle of the bag. Right in the middle of the bag.
This guy might be so bad, I think he's an industry plant by Rob Manfred.
Well, I was going to say, it makes me wonder, okay, so the industry plant angle is interesting because I took it as maybe the umpires themselves are deciding they're just going to make a mockery of it. You want to challenge all of our replays? Here you go. We'll give you something to challenge, big boys. Or he could be an industry plant, like you said, where the commissioner's just like, hey, we need you to be really, really bad this year. That way people don't get mad about replays. Although I don't think fans – is there a big section of baseball fans that don't want replay at all?
I was just thinking it more in the lane of, hey, we've got – Rob Manfred's got exactly what – he wants. A guy on sports radio saying has MLB surpassed NBA in terms of entertainment factor with some of this stuff.
Well, a lot of it, I don't think the people that are saying that are saying it through the lens of like, hey, the umpires are so bad that it gives you something to laugh about every night.
But you're talking about baseball 6 games into the season.
But I am talking about baseball, and I watch the highlights and I giggle, and I've gotten to where I watch all these ABS highlights too, especially if it tells me the crowd, goes crazy and erupts. Now, it's opening week, so we'll see, a month from now when the stands are, 60% full, how much they're actually jeering for the ABS replays or whatever. But no, it's maybe one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Meanwhile, in the NBA, this breakdown is just jaw-dropping. And it's been this way for the last month, Sam, but I've been talking about it in terms of it's really just a have and have not, or even just boiled down to trying versus not trying in the NBA, which is why you'll see Adam Silver figure something out to try to stop the tanking. They'll try to do something to fix the draft odds that doesn't reward just blatantly tanking. But like you could split the league up right now into A-League teams who are trying, the teams that are looking for playoff positioning or to make the playoffs. And then there's the B League, which they're just like, whatever, get us to the end of the season. And if you look and you just kind of break it down over the last month and a half or so, which is ironically enough and bad enough for the NBA, that's kind of when everybody starts paying attention to the NBA. There's a lot of people out there that don't pay attention until Christmas. There's also a lot of people that don't start paying attention until after the Super Bowl, whenever they're forced to start paying attention to basketball because there's no more football. Since that time, if you look at the have-nots, Washington, Brooklyn, Sacramento, Indiana, Utah, Memphis, Dallas, Milwaukee, and Chicago, those are all teams that are basically trying to lose. If you look at them playing against the teams that are trying, their record in the last 179 games, Bubba, how many wins do you think they have in 179 games?
Who is this for?
Washington, Brooklyn, Sacramento, Indiana, Utah, Memphis, Dallas, Milwaukee, Chicago. Teams that aren't really trying to get in the playoffs anymore.
How many games thus far?
179.
35.
12. They are 12 and 167.
There's what?
And I kind of thought the whole thing that like NBA fans were starting to say in the last couple of years was like there's never been so much parity in the league.
Well, there hasn't been.
You have a third of the league tanking.
Well, there hasn't been as much parity. I mean, just look at the champions. I mean, you've had what, 6? Is it 6 and 6 or 7 and 7 now? Like you haven't had any repeat champions. And basketball has been a sport where you typically have a couple of guys go back to back, three-peats, win every other year type of thing. I mean, we haven't had that. Going back to the Raptors winning in 2000. That have been what, 2019? Like starting with the Raptors, you've had a different champion every year. So I mean, like in terms of that regard, like it is parity in terms of if I tell you that so like the Raptors, the Lakers, the Bucks, the Warriors, the Celtics, the Nuggets, and then last year was who? Who won last year? The Thunder. Yeah, so 7 and 7. So I mean, like if you tell me that 7 of 30 is basically like 20, basically right under 25%. If you tell me that, let's just call it 25% for math purposes, 25% of your league has won a title in the last 7 years, that's a pretty big accomplishment for parity. I mean, the NFL can't say that.
It's just, yeah, I guess that's true. It's just strange to say you've had 25% of the league have a different champion, but a third of it is actively trying to lose their games as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's not as drastic every year in this regard. If teams just pulling the plug, this draft class having a couple superstars at the very top, I do think, has really impacted this, as well as the new lottery system has led to teams jumping from 9, 10, 11 and being able to get into the top 4 and get one of those stars. Like the odds have kind of shifted in that regard. They try to do that to make tanking less impactful for the really bad teams, but I think that was ultimately a bad move because it's now incentivized guys to try to be like the 8th best odds because you have a realistic shot of jumping in. If it was only the top bottom 3 or 4 teams that could be at the top, you maybe would have teams trying a little bit more. 12 and 167 though. That comes out to basically on average, Sam, you get 1 win for every 15 losses. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't argue with the parity though, because like I said, if you looked at the last 7 years in the NFL, you're not going to get 25% of the league.
Yeah.
I'd say it'd be cut in half. I'd say you have 3 champions? I mean, the Chiefs grabbing a couple of them. The Eagles, depending on how far you back go, get a couple of them. Like it's not the same. So that does leave the door open for the baseball conversation we're talking about, though, where even though the payrolls aren't even, and even though like not every team is trying, it does feel like at least 24 teams are trying to make the playoffs for most of the year. 12 and 167.
That's wild.
It's kind of crazy just to see it laid out that way. Bubba will have another batch of headlines to kick off hour 3 Hour 2 is finito. Finished. Mamma mia. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332-941.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
TalkSports 3.0.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by the dental offices of KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Local dentistry done right. Knoxville Smiles, go see them. They can do anything with your mouth. Restorative procedures, whitening, tooth removal. Get you some veneers, some implants. Knoxville Smiles, again, you can take a tour of their facility or book an appointment at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. Bubba, what you got?
One thing I never got to, Tennessee, congrats. Candace Parker.
Yeah.
Making the Hall of Fame.
How about that?
Naismith Hall of Fame.
CP3, 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 CP3. I love Candace Parker.
I don't like that commercial with her.
What commercial are we talking about?
The guys, like, they're in the crowd, and she's on, like, a Zoom call. And it's like, how about you, Candace? And she's screaming, and she's, like, throwing the popcorn. Come on, miss the free throw.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I've seen it. I don't think I've ever, like, really paid attention to it.
It's just because it played, like, 17 times, I felt like. And it's like, man, do we have any other commercials to show me, please? But, yeah, Candace Parker joins Elena Del Don, Doc Rivers, Amari Stoudemire.
You're butchering all these names.
That's not... What? Amari Stoudemire?
Stoudemire.
All right.
Elena Deladon. Not Deldon. Deladon. It's all right. It's okay.
Make it an A, not an E. Come on now.
We're that's just how it sounds. That's how they pronounce it. It's all right, brother. We're here. We're a team.
You want me to try to pronounce the next name?
Let's see what you got.
Oh, it's not for that. It's for something different. Who else is a part of the Hall of Fame list here? Who did I miss?
Take your time, brother. Sound it out.
Well, the headline just has 2 names in it.
All we care about is Candace Parker.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we care about.
I can pronounce that one. Masai Ujiri. Joins ownership group of the Toronto Tempo, another WNBA team.
Okay.
They're going countrywide, statewide, whatever they, nationwide.
Okay.
Crossing borders.
Sounds good.
I'm struggling, John.
Yeah, I understand. I kind of feel bad making you do headlines since you can barely breathe, since you refuse to take medicine, but sound it out. You'll be fine.
Yo, what happened to the Grant Williams scored 10 points the other night?
I am happy to hear Grant Williams scored 10 points the other night. We need some damn balls in the NBA that are actually good. Maybe that's why I'm so hard on, or maybe that's why I'm going so hard on Nate Ament coming back to school. Because, man, like, we should have more NBA talent than we do. Now, in Grant Williams' case, him coming back to school wouldn't have done nothing. Like, Admiral Schofield, gave it a run. He was a senior. He had to leave. But Julian Phillips, talk to me about trying to get to a second NBA contract as soon as possible. Ask Julian Phillips how that went. You know what I mean? Ask Keon Johnson and Jaden Springer how that's going for them. Candy Chandler. Like, none of those guys are getting to a second NBA contract because none of those guys, made it past even the team option portion of the first contract. It's just a dumb, short-sighted way of thinking. Now, Nate Ament's a better prospect than them. Don't get me wrong, just off his size alone. But, like, Nate Ament is on a pretty similar trajectory as what Keon Johnson was. I kept up with Keon Johnson's draft stock the entire season. And, you know, he never got as high as top 5 like Nate Ament did, but he was in that 7 to 12 range. And then it became more of the 10 to 14 range. And then all of a sudden on draft night, it was down at number 20. The next thing you know, he never really gets a shot in the league, and it's over.
This might be my small NBA brain, but I feel like players like Nate Ament that are the 6'10" point forwards that can score and ball handle and back you down type of thing, I feel like those guys are either center point, like, you know, just a focal point of your team and a superstar, or you're just kind of bouncing around from team to team. Like, I don't feel like there are too many 6'10" role players in the NBA. I feel like you're either just kind of a superstar or you don't really make it. Is that off base?
There's not a lot of 6'10" role players out there that aren't like just power forwards. Like, there's plenty of the big, bulky, you know, 6'10" power forwards or centers that could be role players, like a Daniel Gafford, if you will, someone like that.
That's what I'm saying. There's not many point forwards like him.
Yeah, no, like his position, he's going to get lost. And that's part of the reason I'm going so hard. Like, if he goes into the NBA, you know, in the next couple months, he will get drafted. But, like, I worry about how they're going to focus on developing him, and I worry about, like, his place in the league. I think it would be much better for him to come and try to show that he can do the things you're talking about. He needs to improve his three-point shot. He needs to improve his handling, or he needs to go all in and get really big and strong. And I don't know if he's going to do the really big and strong thing either. So, like, he'd be better suited coming in as a star player.
I mean, didn't he shoot under 40% from the field this year?
I'd be surprised if he was, well, he had a couple of real stinkers. I'd be surprised if he didn't crack 40% from the field. But even with that being said, it wouldn't be much higher than, like, you know, if I was guessing, I'd say like 43%. So, like, that ain't much better.
39.9.
Okay, so yeah. That's alarming. And you could tell me it's the ankle, and that's fine. I just think he'd be going into the NBA at an all-time low of his stock, and I just don't think that would be the best thing for his success. And not only do I want Tennessee to be successful, but I really like Nate Ament, and I do want our players to be successful at the next level. I've enjoyed watching Tobias Harris over the years. I hope Grant Williams has a really long career. I'd like to have some guys there. Doesn't look like Dalton Connect's going to be one of them. Doesn't look like Kennedy Chandler is going to be one of them. Neither Julian Phillips or Springer or any of those guys. Like, you talk about trying to sell these transfer portal guys on getting to the NFL, or excuse me, the NBA, and that'd be cool to get to the NBA, but it's a lot cooler to get to the NBA and, like, actually stick in the NBA. And you just can't convince me that Julian Phillips wouldn't have a better chance had he come back to college and worked on his game. You can't convince me that Springer and Johnson wouldn't have had a better chance coming back to school and, like, learning how to play. It just annoys me when people talk about the goal is to get your second contract. Yeah, you're right. The goal is to get your second contract. Setting yourself up for the best amount of success doesn't mean that you just go the quickest. Your best chance to get a second contract isn't going to the league immediately in most cases. It would also really help the basketball team. It'd be really cool if Nate came back. So, yeah, Grant Williams scoring 10 points, Bubba. I know you said that somewhat facetiously, but I do root for his success, and I do root for him to at least stay in a rotation. And he's in the rotation on a pretty pesky Charlotte Hornets team that's been playing better basketball over the back half of the year.
John, this is some pretty scary news for you here, as a possible measles exposure reported at O'Hare Airport.
Oh, no.
And I know you just came back from...
When was that?
This article has come out 14 hours ago from NBC5 Chicago.
I mean, I've been vaccinated for the measles.
Did you fly out of there or Midway?
O'Hare.
Never mind. It looks like you're good. Brother. They were showing that.
I've been vaccinated. I should be good. I don't think the measles vaccine expires or anything. It's not one of those you're supposed to go back and keep getting. So I should be okay, Bubba, because medicine does its job.
What terminal were you? Terminal 5?
Actually, yeah, it was a Terminal 5.
Oh.
Is that where the measles were?
This person had measles Terminal 5 between 10:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m.
On what day?
Tuesday, March 24th. You're good.
I'm safe. You tried to scare me. I wasn't Terminal 5, though.
Well, if you have a fever that may spike up to 104, a cough, a runny
Imagine
nose.
getting the measles in 2026. You'd be like, what the hell's going on here?
I didn't mean to scare you, John. I kind of did, though. I don't know if you saw this amidst the NFL owners and head coaches retreat and all that stuff, but apparently they've announced a professional flag football league.
Yeah, they've talked about that. That's a part of the I want to say that's been talked about since they put flag football in the Olympics, is they're going to try to actually make that a thing. They're going to do a women's one too, or no? I thought they were doing a women's flag football league too, but I might be wrong. I sometimes
the Big
watch
12 is. They're exploring that.
Who is?
The Big 12.
In terms of adding it as a conference thing?
Yeah, exploring women's flag football as an officially sponsored sport.
I mean, you might as well if you're these schools, you need as many women's scholarships as possible, right? That way you can have more scholarships for the men's programs. That's how Title IX works. So like you should have if I'm Tennessee, yeah, I'll have a 30-person women's flag football team. Maybe this is me being ignorant, Sam, but it seems like that'd be a pretty cheap school, a pretty cheap team for the school to have to pay for. I don't think there's a lot of equipment for flag football. Buy them some cleats, pay for some travel and some nutrition and stuff, but like,
got to buy the flags and all the upkeep for the sports performance and everything else.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, you got to make sure they're getting their nutrition and everything, but like,
got to pay officials.
I feel like it's pretty low in the grand scheme of things when it comes to professional sports or college sports.
Give them some pads.
Well, then it's not flag football. Then
maybe we find a girl that's
then it's just football.
Pretty beefy out there. Suit her up.
I sometimes watch those when they put them on ESPN, like the high school kids playing flag football. Some of those girls can sling it, man.
See, growing up for us, we like, I don't know, I guess this is the negative term for it, but like powder puff.
Sure.
And that's just like that, like a couple guys that played, football would be like, I guess we're coaching the girls,
Powder puff was not tackled, was it? Powder puff was supposed to be two-hand touch, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. It always led to fights at our school.
Heck yeah.
Somebody's pulling somebody's hair.
Hey, them country girls are different out there.
Yeah.
This kind of makes Maddie look a little smarter, dare I say.
This is going to make Maddie look smart?
So
you're talking about our coach getting hired by LSU?
Gabe Lazo, who we was kind of concerned about this, getting hired by Kim Mulkey in LSU.
To do what?
Didn't really say.
Like, is he going to be the main dog down there, like putting the roster together and doing all the recruiting, or is he just on staff?
The only quote that I have seen is, Gabe will impact our program at the highest level, and his unmatched work ethic will lead to great results on the court and on the recruiting trail.
Well, I think I did hurt Maddie's feelings. I don't know if him and Lazo were boys, if they went to high school together, just those two and Zay Flowers hanging out, the three of them, and Jalen Carey, the four of them. I don't know, but he did seem bothered by that. And I just want to reiterate, or maybe even clarify, I wasn't putting Gabe Lazo down. I wasn't necessarily blaming him for all the problems with the Lady Vol program. My point was just largely, there's nobody over there that I view as like irreplaceable or like that's really doing a good job. You can tell me he's been recruiting at a high level. That's cool, but if those players don't come here and perform or come here and want to be here or come here and like fit the culture, that's partly on him too. You got to make sure you're recruiting people that are going to like Kim Caldwell. You don't just bring in anybody and hope they fit. You got to make sure the personality is somewhat meshed too. I do think that's something Rick Barnes has done pretty well here during his time, is like finding culture guys. We've had very, very few off the court issues. We've had very, very few just drama behind the scenes. Like the biggest problems Rick Barnes has had, Bubba, is like he recruits a couple freshmen sometimes that like never see the court and transfer. But that's every sport across the country. Somebody's going to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like you can't play everybody you bring in. That's really been the only thing Rick Barnes has done, dealt with over the last 5 years is like, hey, so-and-so got recruited here and now he's not going to see the court. He's unhappy. He's going to leave. That's it. I don't think that's an accident. You know what I mean? I think the coaches have a vision and they have a plan on the type of players they're going to recruit, what they're going to tell them when they're recruiting them, what the expectations are, yada, yada, yada. I think that's a program-wide initiative. My point was the Lady Vols clearly don't have that same type of initiative. So you could have told me Gabe Lazo left. You could have told me Kim Caldwell left. You could have told me any of these players left, and I'd be like, oh, well. Who cares? Chance for an upgrade there. Every single position over there could be upgraded. Anything else, Bubba?
I just wanted to say this because the stat is crazy. Mississippi Valley State not bringing back their coach, George Ivory. In his past 4 seasons at Mississippi Valley State, he's 12 and 118.
Feels like a justified parting of ways. I feel like they gave him enough time to say whether or not he had it. And I think he's telling them he ain't got it. I don't know if he'll get another job, but that might be it for him.
Would you take him as Justin Gainey's replacement?
No, I don't think so. And I kind of don't even know if I want Kim English back because he proved that he was kind of a loser up there at Providence.
Hey, he did make ticket gains look pretty good though.
Did he?
He's one of their top scorers. I feel
he
like
looked okay. That wasn't at Providence though, right? I guess that was at George Mason.
Yeah.
Right. He went to George Mason, then Providence. Gaines did look okay at George Mason. You are right. All right, go back to headlines, Bubba. We'll see if you can clear your throat and stay alive. And time to do overrated, underrated. Coming up next, we're going to put Bubba to work. Stick with us.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info. So all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to lifelock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD. Promo code HERD to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Overrated. Very overrated.
It's overrated.
Overrated, my friend.
Overrated. I'm going to tell you why. I think that's a solid rated right there. It's perfect rated. He underrated, man. He got some swag. He has some real swag.
Lobsters are underrated. They don't die.
It's Wednesday. Overrated, underrated.
Live from
the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. April Fools, there is none. I'm just joking.
That'd be a pretty good one on me, Bubba, if you said you didn't have overrated, underrated ready. You'd have tricked me real good.
Yep. Easter's coming up, and
praise the Lord.
I do want to do some overrated, underrated topics about that, but I feel like there's a line, and we got to be careful.
Okay.
So we'll start off small here and go painted Easter eggs, the real ones, not the plastic ones. Are they overrated or underrated?
Properly rated. I like looking at them. Sometimes it's annoying whenever you're doing. I haven't painted an egg in a long time, but I do remember getting that little spoon out and dipping it in the dye and everything. And then sometimes you're trying to go half an egg and then your little spoon isn't strong enough and you drop your egg into the cup and you get all purple or something when you're trying to go half purple or whatever it may be. It ends up coming out looking fine, but sometimes you don't get the design you want.
I will say that I don't really have much recollection of how to actually like dye the eggs. I do remember what you're talking about, like a spoon or something, but I don't really remember how you're supposed to get different colors or whatever.
I think, at least for me, it was just a bunch of different cups with a bunch of different colors.
Okay. I'm picturing like myself at my dining room table as a kid, but I don't remember. I can't picture anything else about it. I think coloring eggs probably overrated, but I do like looking at them, so I'll call them underrated in that regard. I think they're very pretty. Problem with them is, though, Bubba, when you're hunting those type of eggs, you can't put anything in them. There's no prizes in them. I like my eggs to be able to, you can be able to put Reese cups in them or a $100 bill. Sometimes we had a golden egg with like, a $20 bill or a $100 bill for the kids to try to find. That was fun.
I feel bad because I used to take the painted eggs because I don't really enjoy a hard-boiled egg.
Okay.
So I would take it and I just start smashing them on the ground. And I realized that's pretty disrespectful because people took time out of their day to...
And spent money.
Yeah.
I
got enjoyment out of it, though.
I bet you were such a hellion as a kid.
Dude, I used to treat wasp and bees as baseballs, and I'd take my bat out there and start swinging away.
How many times did you get a magnifying glass out and try to burn ants?
Never.
Tell the truth.
Never had a magnifying glass.
What about your glasses?
Tried to.
How many times did you take your glasses off, try to kill those poor ants?
More than 2 times.
How many times did you get a little thing of salt and try to go find a slug to pour salt on a slug and slowly kill it?
More than 4 times.
Yeah. I bet you were just a little hellion as a kid. I bet you were the worst.
Not as bad as painted Easter eggs, though.
Smashing some eggs on Easter while everybody else is trying to hunt them.
Yep.
Knocking your sister's basket out of her hand.
Nope.
Just so you could get
Speaking
her,
of baskets,
just so you could stomp on her eggs.
Conveniently enough, Easter baskets. I know some people go all out for them. Are they overrated or underrated?
I miss a good Easter basket. It felt a little weird getting one like as in like high school and stuff because you're feel like a little too old for it, but it was nice to get some sweet treats in there. When you get older, Bubba, people quit giving you gifts.
I want to know.
It kind of sucks. Barely didn't get anything. Shout out to my woman. She got me a nice Valentine's Day basket with some candy in it. I mean, hopefully she thinks to get me something for Easter. Hopefully that'd be nice to have some Reese eggs in there or something. Like maybe carry a nice basket around and trying to find the eggs. So many things from our youth, Sam, we just take for granted. Now looking back at them, I don't know if I really care about them or if I just miss being young. You know what I mean? Do I still want to watch wrestling, Bubba? Am I still entertained?
Right now, no, because I got Jelly Roll.
Am I still entertained by wrestling, or does it just make me feel like I'm 8 years old again? You know what I mean? Do I even like football, or is it reminds me of my youth? Who knows?
It's good to live like a kid, I feel like.
Boy, do I have a song for you.
You have a song for me?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's called Sick of Being Young by Crooked Kings.
Oh. I thought it was going to be When We Were Young by like the Killers or whatever.
No, but...
Is that the Killers that had that?
Yeah.
You said alone in your heartbreak. I don't really have any takes on Easter eggs or Easter baskets, I mean. It was nice to get candy. The big Hershey bunnies. Ooh, I used to love getting the big Hershey bunnies. That was a great feeling. I do miss being a kid, though. I don't know if it was Easter a net positive or net negative as a kid, though. If you're like 8 to 12 years old, was Easter because like as a kid you hated getting dressed up, right? And I gotta be honest, I didn't really like going to church as a kid, especially not like on the big holidays where like you had to be on your best behavior. You couldn't really go inside the children's church. You kind of had to sit there with your family, take a bunch of pictures, do all that stuff. I didn't really like it as a kid. But you did get candy and sometimes gifts.
Would you have like a nice Easter meal as a kid after?
That's what I was just sitting here trying to think. I feel like sometimes
that always made
it
worth it for me. I definitely know what you're saying in terms of like you don't like dressing up for church and everything as a kid, but
they want to put on a damn wool suit, little bow tie. They didn't want to have to do that. I don't know if
about you in a wool suit and a bow tie.
I don't know. I don't think
your pastel colors.
They didn't. I don't think. I don't remember ever actually having to wear that as a kid. We didn't like go all out and dress up. Now my dad would always try to guilt me into going to the sunrise service with him on Easter at like 6 a.m. Which, looking back on it, maybe I should have done that more. I think I went one time with him. I was like, that's good enough for me. They did have sausage biscuits there for that. I do remember that, but I don't remember if we ate good for Easter or not. I feel like a couple years we did and a couple years we didn't. Do we like Easter as adults? Without kids? Like childless adults? Is Easter something? Because I don't really do much for Easter. Right? Sometimes I go to church, but it's not like I have kids to hide eggs for, so it's kind of another day for me now. Damn.
I normally go home for Easter. This will be one of the first Easters I'm not home.
Your mom wants you to go home, like go take you to church and everything? Or just come home and see her?
I normally do it with my dad, and like we normally, go to church and have a little meal after as a family and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But my stepsister gets married in a couple weeks, and I have to go to Nashville like the week before that. So I'm like, I'm not going to Nashville 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's fair. I might go buy me one of those big Hershey bunnies, though.
I struggled with Easter baskets as a kid because I'm not a huge chocolate guy. I enjoy some chocolate, but like Like a bunny, if I get a whole bunny, I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna eat that. I'd rather just get the candy, the Starburst jelly beans.
Oh, okay. See, I love the very basic chocolate. Although yesterday, I felt so weird yesterday. They were doing a promotion with Regal. You know, I'm a big Regal guy, go to the movies a lot. They were doing something called Snackatology, and you had to buy something from each group. And if you did, you got like 20,000 extra reward points. And that's a lot of points. That's basically like 2.5 free popcorns, which is a pretty big deal. You know, that's $30. So I went to the movies like a week and a half ago, and I bought something from the popcorn thing and from the candy thing. But I needed to get 2 more things to get my points. And I didn't go to the movies between now and then. And yesterday was the last day. So I walked in yesterday and I bought a hot dog and a M&M ice cream bar. Like one of those ice cream sandwiches.
Count?
Huh?
It didn't count, or
no, it
did?
counted.
Oh,
but
okay.
I had to go in. I
thought you were saying you had to buy a hot dog and then an ice cream bar, and it didn't.
Oh no, it
count.
counted. Well, I haven't got the points for it yet. I haven't got the email. I hope it counted. I just went in at like 6:00, and you know it was I guess it was Tuesday. It was somewhat early, so like they didn't have the ticket takers day. So he's like, "Can I scan your ticket for a movie?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have one yet." And then he was like, "Well, I need you to get one." I was like, "I'm gonna go to the concessions first." And he was like, "No, you gotta have a ticket." So then I had to go in there and buy a ticket for 50 cents because I have the pass. You know, this is just a 50-cent charge. To then say I had a movie, let him scan it, because I didn't want to try to explain to him, look, bro, I'm not trying to sneak into the movies. I just want to go buy an ice cream sandwich and a hot dog so that I can get these extra 20,000 points.
You tell me he wouldn't let you munch on something? You could be like, hey, man, I just need a snack real quick while I figure out what movie I want to see.
Sir, I'm here for snackatology.
I should have just been open about that, but I was trying to, but just saying, hey, I want to go to the concession stand, and he just didn't. He was the only person taking tickets. So, like, once you got past him, if you had gone to the concession stand, you could have easily just wandered into the movie. So I understood why he was doing it, like in terms of not wanting people to sneak in without paying. So I kind of got it, but I was trying to be like, I just want to go to the concession stand first, and then I'll get it. I don't know if he thought I was trying to sneak in or what, but I haven't got my points yet. I got to say, though, the M&M ice cream sandwich, not as good as I remember it. I love those things in high school. Those were so good. Still yummy, just not as good. But I got to say, the hot dog, actually a really, really good hot dog. I got to give the movie theater their props. You know, it was $6, so I mean, it wasn't a bargain by any means, but the hot dog, pretty good, Bubba. It was a nice, thick wiener. The bun was very soft, too. Like, it wasn't like an old bun. The bun was, like, fresh, too. A little mustard on it. It was pretty good.
It's funny because there's a guy that I occasionally watch who puts up YouTube videos where he recently did a movie theater food diet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't imagine he lost weight doing that.
Nah.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people who go and like DoorDash movie theater popcorn to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen people come in and get that and just leave.
It's kind of a power move.
Yeah. I mean, if you're willing to spend $10 on it, I mean, sure. I wouldn't really want to go spend $10 on popcorn, not sit and watch the movie with it. But I've also seen people carry big bags of popcorn. Now, I don't know how you do that. I don't know what the price tag is there for carrying the big bag out. But no, I went and ate a hot dog and an M&M ice cream sandwich.
Did you know you can bring outside food to MLB games?
I feel like that's got to be park specific, no?
Yeah, I was going to say, is that park specific? Because I want to say I want to say Wrigley Field. I thought I saw a sign that explicitly said no outdoor food.
Wrigley, I 100% know you can.
Oh, really?
They do like a potluck in the last home game of the year where everybody in the bleachers brings something and they do like a little picnic or whatever.
Maybe it was the United
And
Center.
I just saw a tweet of this guy up in like the nosebleeds of Wrigley just eating a Chipotle bowl. But then someone quote tweeted it. And it was at like the Orioles stadium, and these guys just had full crabs.
You know what? It might have been the United Center that had that, because the guy next to me brought in a big ass messy sandwich next to me, and I assumed that he had got that from there, but maybe they didn't sell that there.
You can just bring whatever.
It was like one of those. I think it was maybe a potbelly sandwich or something equivalent to that. But it was so messy, and I told you we didn't have much room, so like he's got the juices, and it's like right next. I'm sitting here trying to like keep my elbows
down
tucked
your
in.
elbow.
Yeah, I was like, please don't drop this all over me, brother. Please don't drop this all over me. And I was like, how are you eating this messy-ass sandwich just right here in the middle of all these people? I think maybe he had popped some gummies, though. He seemed like he was high. Me and him didn't really speak, despite rubbing elbows for 4 innings. I never said a word to him. He didn't seem like somebody I wanted to be friends with. or somebody that wanted to be friends with me. Anything else, Bubba?
Oh, yeah, a couple things.
Couple of things.
Specialty dances, kind of like the tango or the foxtrot or the samba.
No, I just prefer grinding. Old school style.
Bumping and grinding.
Yeah, I just want a woman in front of me, then we just sit there and we rub back and forth against each other. That's what I prefer. I would love to be able to do those things, but I don't actually want to go take lessons to do it. I would like to, but I don't want to actually go through with it. I think I'd be good at those dances. Believe it or not, Bub, I'm a phenomenal dancer.
Oh, I've seen your hips, man.
Let me go out. When did you see my hips? Is that you looking through the window the other day? I don't know if I'd be able to do the structure, though, of some of these. Like, when do I need to be able to foxtrot? I would like to be able to tango. I'd like to be able to do that. That one seems sexy.
Maybe get to take your old lady to a ballroom, dance one night.
Yeah, but do we actually ballroom dance anywhere in Knoxville?
There's actually a place.
Where at?
In Carnes. They put in a new little
Okay,
ballroom
I'm not going
place.
to Carnes to ballroom dance. No offense to any beavers listening.
Well, if you play your cards right in a couple months, they'll have the Waffle House finished, so you can go from ballroom dancing to Waffle House.
Okay, now you're talking. Are you going to learn to go? Are you going to go out there and ballroom dance?
No, I don't think I'm at that age yet where I've gotten to the point of wanting to ballroom dance.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Maybe.
What does these dances have to do with Easter?
I think I'm already past the Easter.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. I didn't know if there was a special.
I mean, there's another one, but you could kind of go for Easter, kind of not depending on how you look at it.
I didn't know if there were specialized dances for Easter that I was unaware of.
No, I was only doing two things, but if there could be a third one, it might be a little.
All right, let's see what you got.
Edgy. Caves.
Caves?
Caves.
What's edgy about caves?
Well, we know about Easter and caves. He came out.
Did they put him in a cave? I thought they just put him in a tomb that was like a rock. I guess by definition it could be a cave, but during the story of Jesus, I never really thought of him getting put in a cave. I thought that's just what their tombs were, and there was a rock rolled in front of it. Do you picture Jesus as being down in a cave?
I mean, if we're being honest, yeah.
Like the Descent style, like he's down like at the bottom of a cave?
No, I've always assumed that like you put a rock in front of it, it's like, okay, now it's cave, pretty much.
Oh, see, to me, a cave is open air. So putting a rock in front of it closed, it would just be
a closed cave.
Yeah, okay. Again, to me, cave has to have a little opening to get into to be a cave.
Caves, overrated, underrated.
I've just never pictured Jesus as being in a cave. I won't pretend to be the best when it comes to the Bible and such, but I just picture like a tomb, very basic tomb.
I always got scared of Bible school as a kid.
Yeah.
I watched a fight happen there one time.
Oh, in Bible school?
Yeah.
Who got in a fight? Two kids?
Yeah. So it's funny.
What were you afraid of? That they were going to fight you next?
No, but it's just like in the place, like the message that we're doing here and trying to learn and teach.
Sure.
And these kids are just throwing hands. It's like, what are we doing here, man?
Well, hopefully the teacher, took that as a teaching moment.
They were like, this was about middle school. Like I was still
I was picturing like 6-year-olds.
I was on the verge of like
5th
grade, but my friends who were like in 6th and 7th grade, they're just like, hey, come with us to big boy, Bible school. And I'm just like, all right.
Those kids should know better at that age rather than to be fighting at
And then
church.
some dude like laughed too hard and like threw his Coke a little too aggressively, and it splattered all over the guy who was part of my little group. He was a 7th grader. And then he tried to be a macho about it, and they just started slinging hands. And it's like, man, I got to get out of here.
I feel like my parents would have been so mad at me. I think I would have gotten in so much trouble had I told them I got into a fight during Bible school or Sunday school. They'd have been like, you did what? Huh? Are you even paying attention to what they're saying? But that's what happened. So those kids got into a fight, and then you went your whole life thinking Jesus was in a cave.
Yeah.
Like Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about caves, whether they're overrated or underrated. It's kind of crazy. I grew up like 20 minutes from the Lost Sea. Never wanted to go down in that. It's like the underground lake or whatever. Never went down in it. Did you guys ever go to it? I didn't know if they talked about it.
Lost Sea, no, but the Cherokee Caverns here off Solway, that's like...
Do they talk about the Lost Sea for people up here in Knoxville? I mean, it was a big deal for like our schools down home. But
Lost Sea and then Rock City, that's the two things they talk about.
I've never really wanted to go into a cave. That creeps me out. There could be bats down there, snakes, bears, people, dead bodies. No thanks.
I think those miners in Chile a long time ago ruined caves for me.
Yeah. There ain't nothing good down there.
No.
You ain't going to find nothing but trouble. I used to have friends that wanted to go spelunking and stuff. I was like, you guys go right ahead. I am not going to be there with you. I got no interest. Oh, here's a wet rock. Okay, cool. No thanks. Let's get this really tight space and see if we can make it out. No thanks. Absolutely not. Do you like caves, Bubba?
I like being inside them, but I also have a fear of like collapses.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's why I don't like being inside of them. Last call on the other side. We got a couple basketball news and notes to update you with. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. We're excited to continue our free stump grinding promotion with Fan Run Radio this year through March 31st. If you've got problem trees in your yard, give us a call and we'll come out and cut them down and grind the stumps for free when you mention you heard us right here on Fan Run Radio. Take it from Russ. We'll treat you right at ECR Total Landscapes.
That's right, Evan. I had the ECR team out to Stately Smith Manor last year, and they took down a bunch of trees for me and grinded the stumps for free. Now I don't have to worry about those trees falling on my house, and my yard looks much better. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes.
Thanks, Russ. Call us today and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. Our number is 865-384-2012, and our website is ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Anything we need to talk about from yesterday, Tennessee's pro day? I mean, there was some chum thrown in the water with Jermod McCoy, but honestly, I didn't even really feel like getting worked up over it.
I'll get worked up over it. That son of a gun took money from us, Sean.
Yeah.
He was cleared, apparently.
Yeah, now they said he got cleared during the season, but to me, getting cleared during the season could mean the last 2 weeks, and like I don't think it would have made sense for him to come back and play against Vanderbilt. You know what I mean?
And we lost, so
no, we did, and maybe people disagree there, and people think, hey, if you're cleared, you should come out. He should have came out and played against Vanderbilt. If you tell me he got cleared in September and didn't play, that changes my opinion on Jamad McCoy. If you told me he got cleared after the Oklahoma game, after we were eliminated from the postseason contention, that doesn't move me. Really.
I'm just upset because he ran a 4.38. And
he looks great.
Pretty, yeah, good.
Yeah, no, he looks great. We talked about with the the NBA players, us wanting balls to be in the NBA. I mean, McCoy's going to be in the NFL, and I would say his pro day performance is going to have him back in the kind of the top 15 range. I haven't seen any mock drafts, recently be updated or anything, but I imagine when all the pro days are said and done, McCoy will be back projected to be maybe the first cornerback taken, if not the second, and be somewhere from like 8 to 15. I will say Colton Hood, man, he continues to say all the right things. Like him in his interview talking about just how much Tennessee means to him. Like that's the way to play it. Colton Hood will always be stamped here as far as I'm concerned in VFL, and I'll be rooting hard for his success. Quite frankly, I'll probably be rooting harder for his success than Jamad McCoy's. Not rooting against McCoy by any means. I'll still be rooting for him, but Colton Hood leaves Tennessee as more beloved in my book, in my opinion, than Jamad McCoy does.
I feel like we could power rank like some transfer portal VFLs. I feel like Colton Hood would kind of fall on that list as of late, Like Felix, I think, is obviously up there for basketball.
We have a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think maybe it's gone and forgotten, but like Liam Doyle deserves a lot of love for how he was willing to lay it on the line last year for Tennessee baseball. I mean, pitching on short rest. He probably wouldn't crack the top 5, though, and that's a top 10, right? He went top 10 in the MLB draft. That's a top. I couldn't remember if it was 10 or 12, but like,
we'll top 15 for sure.
I'll call him a top 12 MLB draft pick that came here and laid it on the line and won some big games for you. But he probably wouldn't crack the top 5. I don't know if Felix would either. I love Felix, but like we've had some really good ones. When you start opening the door for Connect,
I feel like Felix should be on there for his multi-year element of it.
He might be. Like, if I gave you the choice between Felix Okpara or Chaz Lanier, you're taking Felix?
I think I might.
Okay. I'm not saying you're wrong. I haven't fully thought about it. Bubba, if you have the option between Felix or Chaz Lanier, who are you taking?
Chaz.
You taking Felix over Doyle or like Andrew Fisher as well for multi-year purposes? And keep in mind, you are you said Colton Hood would be near the top of your list, and he was only here for 1 year as well.
Yeah, I just think I'm like kind of combining like play on the field, obviously, but also like those guys that come in here and just immediately kind of have that love for the university.
Yeah.
Like we've had plenty of great transfer portal players that, have gone out and had great success and have helped their image at Tennessee, but maybe they're just like Tennessee's just the place where they popped. But like you can tell that Colton Hood popped, but like he's so appreciative of what Tennessee did for him as well.
Yeah.
And like that's I think why I'm putting Felix in that category of like a guy that went from just average starter at Ohio State to bought into this program at Rick Barnes, and like now he's a guy that probably has an NBA future.
Well, the second year thing I think is important in his regard because I don't think we would have felt that way about Felix after last year. After 1 year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like him getting the second year and then maybe, he's also propped up because by default, he kind of got thrust into the leadership role of this team. Jacoby making the top 5? I mean, that's an East Tennessee kid. And you talk about embracing the school and like the opportunity and all those things. I mean, he said all the right things.
Yeah.
We've had some really, really good transfers. I still maintain that there's not a lot of schools in the entire country that has benefited more from the transfer portal era than Tennessee, just across all the sports. Some of our best baseball players have been transfers. Basketball, I mean, you could say it's an even split. if not more, weighed towards the transfers. But I do think you've had enough of the homegrown guys to balance that out. Jordan Gainey, I guess that's another one, but he's another one that left and was like, hey, Tennessee's my home, and it meant a lot, put a lot into it. Maybe he gets a little extra credit for coming from a small school and being just a kind of an ultimate team player. It'd be really hard to crack or rank a top 10.
Yeah.
It'd be really hard to crack a top 5 if you're one of those players, though, to actually get in the top 5. Because I think once we started adding them up, and that's not even counting someone like, Chase Dolander, who's kind of forgotten, but was a big time player. Billy Amick, people still love the clap. They tried to put that was on the playlist at the pregame bar before the game on the Elite Eight, and people were out there, clapping their hands.
Everybody.
But no, Colton Hood, that's a guy that leaves in just after 1 year. Will have a legacy here at Tennessee. Same as Connect, same as Lanier, same as Jacoby. It goes into what I've been talking about, this show, though, in terms of just finding the right fit, finding the right type of people. Now, the baseball fit's a little bit different than the basketball fit, right? Like Liam Doyle fit the old Tony Vitello model of just come here and be a lunatic, and he fit that culture. Andrew Fisher fit the culture of just come here and rake, be a big-time hitter, and have a little edge to you as well. Whereas Dalton Connect and Chaz Lanier and Jacoby kind of fit the Rick Barnes of aw, shucks, I'm just going to come here and play basketball and be good people. I said I didn't want to get worked up and get sad, but damn, it does still make me sad thinking about how you should have had 2 first-round corners on your defense last year. Like Colton Hood and Jermon McCoy should have been your starting cornerback duo. At least would have been after the first game. Because you had Ricky Gibson, who was also pretty good. That defense could have been so much different. That would have made the team so much different. Kind of got robbed there.
Yeah.
Bubba, any stories we missed we need to hit? I said, I guess we got some basketball updates. I was reading On3's national reporting, and we haven't talked much about Troy's forward Thomas Dowd, but apparently they have him linked to Tennessee, at least as an option between Alabama, Auburn, and Tennessee are the 3 schools he put out. Now, he's from Alabama. Played down at Troy, so I don't know if he'll make it up to Tennessee, but that's a name that was mentioned. And it does appear that Tennessee is getting good news, good updates on One Blade in terms of the momentum there. On3 reporting that as well, just that getting the first visit was a really, really big deal, and that Tennessee knocked it out of the park. There's some talk there. So we'll see if they can get him to tell them and tell everybody he's coming to Tennessee before he leaves. Because if he leaves, you never know what happens. You could have a great time and go home, think about it, get a bigger offer, get recruited by some other schools, and not end up here. But that'd be a nice start to the transfer portal, this go-round, if you're able to get one of, if not maybe the best shooter in the portal on board. Bubba, anything we missed we need to hit?
Just that Kit Kat and their troubles have a Kit Kat missing Kit Kat counter. Oh my gosh, I am struggling. No, we didn't miss nothing, John. We did it all.
What? Are you on drugs?
No.
Did you go do drugs during the break to try to help your sickness?
I need to be whatever Tiger's on. I can tell you that.
No, don't. His life is in shambles. So basically, 1.2 tons of Kit Kats got stolen recently, right?
Yeah, but now they have a Kit Kat batch number to find it if you have purchased a stolen number or not. I don't know how that would happen, but who cares? It's piss poor marketing. That's what it is. And I gave it to him. Shame on me.
Could be an inside job, Bubba. Big Kit Kat might have done this just to get in the news. Kind of like Sam said about the baseball being okay with their umps being bad because it makes us talk about them. maybe Kit Kat, they staged this heist.
What's not staged is Jaden Ivey's career just in the dumps now. It went from bad to worse.
Someone's got to take a chance on him, right?
According to Maddie. That's been a disappointment, though, because, I mean, that guy did feel like he was destined to do, like, good things in the NBA when he was at Purdue. He seemed like a really good prospect. The more people get in front of him, though, trying to, like, talk about stuff, I mean, I think maybe take a breather. It's not even about the messaging because, I mean, like, you know, half people are going to agree, half people aren't going to agree, whatever. It's not even about that. It's just like whenever athletes are going off on social media, very rarely is that coming from the right place. Like, there's usually some type of mental pressure they're feeling. Very rarely is ranting over multiple days on social media a good thing for anybody. If anybody did that in your life, you would call them like, hey, man, you good? You all right? I've noticed you're posting a lot of videos of you yelling. You okay? Anything you need to talk about? Messaging aside, just the behavior to me, you know, raise some red flags. That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style